Hello, everyone. We
Hello.
are Legal Shenanigans Theater, and we are presenting That Darn Cat. And if you don't know Cat, well, Cat, the beautiful Cat, is the lovely girlfriend of Chandler Halderson. Now, Chandler is about a 4.5 we've seen his calves. So how he landed a 7.5 to an 8, I don't know, but she must be very kind. She's
Well,
she's a giver.
I'm gonna assume that it's not um, dong sized. That it had probably more to do with the potential of
Ugh.
the SpaceX stuff.
True, true. Let me make sure everything is boosted and up, and the closed captions are on. But our lovely cat is Chandler Halderson's girlfriend. And if you don't know the Chandler Halderson case, we'll let people filter in and then kind of give a little 15-cent rundown. We might actually do the entire trial if there's interest in it because it is entirely legal shenanigans theater worthy, or at
Yes,
least the opening and closing statements are.
yes. The trial was just just a hilarious disaster. I mean, tragic, obviously, because of what happened,
Yes.
but like it was just it's the best, well, the best worst defense opening statement that's like 5.5 to 10 minutes long, maybe, you know, and it's all about, let me tell you about reasonable doubt.
And how
Thank
there's
you.
none in this case.
Yeah.
So, hello, Christine, and I have questions about everything, and Terry D, and Dennis Coppard, and Derek. Yeah, so we might do the opening and closing of this because this trial is just too good to miss. It really is.
Yes, it is.
It is the
Yeah.
best worst trial you will ever see.
Yeah, there, that's, I was gonna say
It's so
that's a good
terrible.
way to put it.
I mean, it, it's not a who done it. It's a oh my god, why? And why did you not plead? And who the hell do you think you're going to pin this on?
Yeah, it just it's and there's just so much evidence against him. It's like there was
And,
no like physical evidence, but like the circumstantial evidence was like so strong that it was like, because I hate circumstantial evidence in most
yeah.
cases, but in this case it's like, well, you're making a very compelling case.
And and y'all, I look, I she seems like a sweet, naive, somewhat very blind girl, but uh ma'am, you smelled long pig roast in that house. Chandler Holderson has never made a cup of Easy Mac,
Yeah.
okay? And suddenly he's roasting, Racco Dad on, an open pit and you don't notice anything? Madam.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I put it crudely, but come on now.
I mean, there's not
Welcome,
really.
Amy D. Sorry you came in on that, but, it just
um, well,
it
see,
it
to Sal's point, do you think that she has trust issues now? So I am of the opinion that she was aware at least of what was going on. Because,
any
as
anyone
Mojo
with a
said,
functional,
yeah,
like, olfactory sense had to be this is part 1, would
yeah,
have to be at least somewhat aware. I
yeah, there's no way you would not know that, like, meat of some flavor had been roasted in the fireplace, let alone people.
Y
So,
yeah, d and you're sleeping in a couch fort, madam, you at least deserve your your white knight to, try to hobble up the stairs.
Yeah. Oh, but that's right. He had such a severe concussion that he was, and I'm making light of it because I have had severe concussions before, and like that he can't walk, he can't do all of this stuff, and it's like sure, I've had concussions where my equilibrium gets thrown off, where like the whole room is spinning essentially,
Oh, yeah.
and had to be prescribed like special drugs for that and all that stuff. And like I've had a lot of concussions. I've taken a lot of blows to the head. I know it explains a lot about me, but
But you're still better at computers than I am, so there you go.
yeah, but not once when I've had a concussion, even when my equilibrium was all jacked up, could I not walk. I mean, it wasn't in a straight line, but I could walk.
You're like your officerness. I am concussedness. I am not drunk.
Yeah.
Should you be driving? That is a maybe, your officerness, and I plead the sixth. You mean the
Yes.
fifth? Whichever number makes me be silent.
Yeah. It's just this this case is just a disaster.
It really is. So we
And it
will
has
get
a little bit of
on.
everything. It
It really does.
has sex in the shower. It has
Oh
lesbian
God,
moms with their boobs
it
out.
does.
It has cooking their
It's,
parents, maybe taking a
it's never
nibble.
the boobs you want to see. Gary Busey has. If Gary Busey had boobs, we might
Yeah.
do that. We might do that.
Yeah,
She's
cuz
like, well, it was hot, and I want to take my shirt off. And I was like, okay, Gary Busey, I'm with you.
yeah.
Did you also have a cigarette or a
Yeah.
cigar?
Yeah. Let them puppies float. Float to your heart's consent.
And then Chandler's just like, I don't care if your mom's boobs are just a floating out there. I just need to wipe off evidence. I'm good. Just like, what the? Sorry. If you don't know anything about this case, Chandler Halderson was a guy with a perfect life. He was finishing up college. He had a stable job at American Insurance. He was helping them with solar panels for some reason. So that might have been the first clue that something was a bit wrong. He, had an opportunity to possibly go work with Elon Musk. If you want to
SpaceX.
turn yourself up a
Yep.
little bit,
Yep.
uh, and then, sadly, his older brother got diagnosed with type
Was it
1 diabetes, and then right after that, poor Chandler had a terrible spill down the stairs and just knocked him this heck out like, well, what's it? Not Rambo, like Rocky and the first guy, just out.
Apollo? Yeah.
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 So he might need an ostomy bag, and you know what? Now I really want to do the opening statement. I have all the ADHD today. Um, but basically, after he's still dealing with all these medical problems, might lose the use of his legs, all this other stuff. His parents disappear.
Yeah.
Well, this is his girlfriend, whom he loves very much. She is gainfully employed, unlike Chandler, we'll find out. But she is just so very worried about his parents because, according to Chandler, they just took a bunch of gold bars and booze and possibly pipe, fixing up to their cabin in northern Michigan or Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Of course, it's Wisconsin.
Oh, and good evening, Melanie Dawson from Yorkshire, England, or UK. There's different places in UK. I have learned these things this week. I will be an educated American by the end of next year. I will. I'll know all the countries of Europe. I won't know where they are, but I will know all of them. Don't tell Baker, but I get Sweden and Denmark and like Amsterdam all confused all the time.
They're
But
essentially the same place.
any
Oh.
hoozle, and awesome England. We've got everyone here. So this is when they first go in after they've reported the parents missing, and Kat is just here trying to help because she doesn't believe that Chandler knows anything. And as far as she knows right now, his parents went off with some strange couple that he has never met, and they are missing. We don't know if they're in a ditch or they got robbed. It's very strange. So we will continue. She is in what they call a soft interrogation room. You saw this in Letitia Stelk's case. So this is where they would bring like victims of certain
Yeah.
crimes or children to talk, a much softer, more comfortable place where,
Yeah.
yeah, she can kind of talk. You'll even see her, I think, start hugging a Pooh Bear for reasons.
Yeah. She freaks out about the Pooh Bear.
Yeah. So here we are without further talking from me. And thank you, Nick Raid. We are getting ready to go.
Oh, Addict. Oh, it's right over there if you wanna. Oh, I can grab it. Okay. I don't want to hit you with the Pooh Bear. Oh, please don't. Thank you.
Oh, Lord. What are you, 5? Okay. Sorry, I may be in a mood today.
I mean, she's got the whole like Rogue from the X-Men hairdo thing going on.
I am kind of jealous of that, to be honest. But, ma'am, this is an interview, not a nap. I'm going to need you to at least kind of. Well, I mean, I know they left her alone, but still.
Yeah. And then fast forward through this part because she sits here for a little while. But we figured we'd be able to take some time and explain all this.
Yeah, if anyone is new and doesn't know this case, this is Kat. This is Chandler Halderson's girlfriend. We have semi-decided that we are going to do the opening and closing statement of this case before Legal Shenanigans Theater and possibly Gary Busey, Busey's guest appearance on the stand. And Crescenda, if you'd ever want to talk to us, we love you. I love your no F's given attitude. You're one of my favorite parts of this case. And
Yes.
I would love to see a picture with you and your lady love in the tractor.
And Smitty.
Hello, MLS. Oh, well, at least you put deodorant on for reasons.
Hello. How are you? Very tired. How are you? So this is George. He's one of my
Yes.
partners. Anthony, the one that you spoke with me yesterday, he's off today, so you get George.
I don't know if you're hungry, but I get 2 cookies.
Is there chocolate?
One has chocolate, one doesn't.
Okay, I'm allergic to chocolate. Are you really? If I eat it, I'll just projectile vomit. Oh, please don't. There's a
If I get
garbage.
too emotional, I'll also vomit. So
I know one sprinkles, but you know what? I can put them here if you want it. You want it? That one has chocolate.
this one?
This one.
Oh, I was
You-
like,
Ma'am, that is a damn chocolate chip cookie. I'm gonna need you to pay it situational awareness. I feel like Archer. I'm like, you picked one has sprinkles and frosting.
Yeah. And they
Oh,
specifically
I don't think she
told
was
you.
innocent at all. Again, you
Oh,
don't go
no.
into a house that's been cooking long pig and be like with a young gentleman, a kidult who has barely mastered, making easy mac and ramen, and suddenly he's, smoking long pig, and you
Mhm.
don't say,
And not
I
only
just-
smoking long pig, but doing so in the house.
yes.
I mean, because we all know that you always smoke meat in the house, right? Well, I guess Courtney Clenny did, but that's a different kind of thing.
So lovely Beth, this is Catherine Melender, or she goes by Kat. She is the girlfriend of Chandler Halderson. Chandler Halderson was accused and found guilty of unaliving, dismembering, partially burning his parents, all because he lied about being in college, having a job, lied about just about everything in his life. And
Yeah.
all of his lies were getting ready to be exposed.
Yeah, because his dad.
And they found all the evidence. And poor Kat, unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, she either knew what was going on, had an inkling, or seeing as how she picked the one chocolate chip cookie when she's deathly allergic to chocolate,
Yeah.
she might not have known anything. I'm changing my opinion. She might just not have noticed.
And to top it
Maybe there
all
was
off,
just a leg there and he's like, "It's a prop." And she's like, "Okay."
but to top it all off, though, this is the part that makes me think that she definitely had something to do with it, or at least knowledge of so, is in the opening statement by the prosecution. They said, well, we've talked to Kat, Chandler's girlfriend, and she had nothing to do with it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That immediately is like, okay, so what did she do? Did she, because she did have this obsession with knives apparently, and it's like, so did she help you cut them up? Like, what exactly did she do? Because she kind of seems like the type that might.
Not to mention, pieces and parts of parents, or at least dad, were found on her mom's girlfriend's farm, and so was the unaliving weapon.
Yes.
It just, And the
Yeah.
unaliving weapon wasn't found until months later.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't found. Yeah, it was months and months later, because it was found in the barn, and then they found some other stuff, like some of the knives or blades, hacksaw blades and stuff. They found those in a pipe or something like that. But then there was a rifle of some sort, which is what they found months and months later. But yeah.
Yeah. So this is Chandler Halderson's girlfriend, Kat, and this is the first interview where allegedly she knows nothing. They are just trying to find the parents, and she is going to start giving evidence to clear, air quotes, her boyfriend that seems to be implicating him. So that darn Kat.
Yeah.
And then she is deathly allergic to chocolate. We'll backonate it because this is pissing me off very
Be careful,
much.
Doc.
Mom, it's
I know one sprinkles, but you know what? I can put them here if you want it.
Okay.
Want it. That one has chocolate.
this
She
one?
picked a
This one.
chocolate chip
Oh.
cookie and
I
she's
was like,
deathly allergic to chocolate.
Be careful on that one.
It's okay.
Oh,
She'll
and then here's your
she'll
phone.
eat around the chocolate.
Because yesterday was just so fabulous with all of your
Hello?
They
timestamps
put,
on
chips
Instagram
and
or
chocolate.
Snapchat. So
You might need to turn yourself up.
Keep on the phone long.
there you go.
Okay.
How was work?
I was there for 30 minutes and then they were like, you can go.
Oh, how come?
I'm a very emotional person. And, like, I was worried, so I like cried a little bit. Like when someone walks with me, like, hey, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. And then like I talked to my pharmacist and she was like, you can go home. And then I picked up some groceries, took it to Chandler and cooked him some food because he wasn't eating well.
Oh,
No, he was eating well.
Nervous about his parents. I can't eat well when I'm nervous, so
okay.
Them daddy back
nibble
ribs.
the cookie.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
There's some chocolate in there.
Yeah. That's the water. Make sure the police aren't trying to poison me.
No, we're not.
I don't want to get you
Ma'am, you are flipping eating chocolate. You're going to kill me because you're going to.
Have you heard anything about his parents?
No,
Did you know if his brother made it to the cabin yet?
I don't know.
No, he's on his way up.
Yeah, Mitch, he called me when I was in the car.
Okay.
Oh, were you guys going up there?
No, in the car of like the Lisa's car.
Oh,
Yeah, because they were hoping they could
Jesus, John.
make sure the garage door, like to get into the house, was unlocked so people can be with the dog. Because they thought just Chandler would come down here if they needed, so I was there to watch the dogs too.
Time is he supposed to get to the cabin? You know.
He left around like little after 2, I believe, and I think it's around a 4-hour drive.
okay.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
You don't want you guys to go with, or oh, the dogs.
Yeah, the dogs.
Jesus.
And his fiance was going with him, so I think my mom has the same shoes. Clogs?
Yeah, they're super comfy.
I have a pair. Broke when I went to the pharmacy not too long.
They're nice.
She's gonna
Like,
eat a big
yesterday was
old
wearing
bite
my
of
tennis
chocolate
shoes
right
and
now,
Right
and I'm
there.
gonna
These
lose
are
my
actually on
mind.
so
She just did.
I just don't know what today will bring. So, all right. So
She just realized it.
That's
some
so
of it is going to
sad.
be repeat. I just want to make sure that I'm really understanding everything. So, again, give me your timeline from Thursday.
Thursday I worked. That's when Chandler told me, I think it was Thursday, that his parents were going up to the cabin with some friends. So he was going to be at the house with the dogs by himself all weekend. Went to sleep, woke up, got ready for work, went to work. We planned that I was going to go over there and spend the night. Just hang out with him and the dogs. Because, there's fireworks, and Rizzo's very scared of dogs. So, dogs. Fireworks, yeah. But before that, I had to stop at 2 different Targets to do some grocery pickups.
And this is for
Okay, why are you stopping at Targets and pickups? Again,
Because of the peroxide. She needed to get the hydrogen peroxide for that massive cut on Chandler's
she
toe.
works at an MFing pharmacy. In Walgreens, do you know what they have? They have an entire aisle labeled first aid. And they have like big gallons of, guess what? Peroxide and ammonia and bleach.
Yeah, well,
Oh my God.
you pointed out earlier that she doesn't seem to recognize things. I think this may be
And
one of
she's
those
working with
instances.
pills. This makes me very comfortable. I feel very good.
it's Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stopped at Hilldale, my apartment. Then I went to,
Remember what time you stopped at Hilldale?
got off at 5, so maybe about a 20-minute drive from there. So maybe like 5:20.
5:30.
Yeah.
Depending on traffic and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not a store LA. Then I went to my apartment, grabbed clothes, and then I grabbed a bunch so I could do dirty laundry at my mom's house because I knew it would be stopping at my mom's at some point. East Target, went to my mom's house.
So, do you not live with your mom?
Vale, I see why they're together. Can you imagine how boring their conversations are? I mean, I'm sure they would be much funner with a gummy and I could just listen and laugh at how just inane their conversations are. But oh my gosh, like today, if anyone's ever watched Futurama, when they go to Zoidberg's planet, when he's getting ready to try to mate, and he's trying to ask her, and she's like, well, first I ate a piece of toast, and then I got ready.
Yeah.
This is why I could be a police officer. I'm like, come get to the point. What are you talking about? Do you have any point?
Yeah. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of substance there with her. I don't mean to be mean, but
Well, and to be fair, when I was, okay, let's see. I had a very short period in my 20s when I was young and didn't have children and wasn't married. But wait, how do I change my YouTube resolution? Oh, are you talking to someone? I was like, I don't know how to do that.
yeah, it's not you. Like this is the
Oh.
video. The original video was like the smaller size, and so
Oh, okay. I was like, I have no idea, you guys. The fact that I can do StreamYard is amazing. But she just, when I was 20, I'm trying to give her grace because maybe I was this inane too. I'm
I
trying
was
to remember.
definitely stupid. I was just
But I don't think I was this stupid. Like, I'm trying to remember if I was this insufferable, and I'm hoping I wasn't because I feel the deep need to apologize to everyone I knew when I was 20.
I mean, at 20, let's see. Probably the only thing that I was talking about at 20 was probably guitars. And a lot of the people that I was hanging out with, none of them are musicians. So I'm assuming that I was probably insufferable.
She gets a little bit of a pass.
Yeah. We're all
A little
insufferable
bit,
when
but
we're young.
I still don't understand. You work at a pharmacy and you didn't pick up stuff at the pharmacy because YOLO?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
An apartment.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mentioned it yesterday.
The Trafalgar.
No, that's my mom's house.
Okay. So then, what is your address?
110 North Bedford Street. It's called Lark at Cole. It's only like a sublet from April to July 29th. So I won't be there longer. I'm just going to go back to my mom's place.
Is there an apartment number or is that one?
321.
Sal, she moved.
All my roommates are on the basketball team for UW.
No way.
Lovisa, Lexi, and
Yeah, let's dox people.
Yeah.
Name dropping.
to East to my mom's house to grab the hydrogen peroxide and the Swiffer because Chandler broke the glass of the fireplace that day and cut his toe, so we wanted to clean that and then clean up the glass and blood. And then we had burgers for dinner because he made me burgers because he burned his hands.
What kind of meat was
grill.
it, Kat?
No,
Phildale, apartment to get dirty clothes. To use Target to get the Swiffer.
No,
No.
Mom was supposed to get the Swiffer.
Mom's to get the Swiffer.
Yes.
To use. Then
then East because I wanted some pickled jalapenos.
You know, why Swiffer didn't take this and make like can clean crime scenes to almost near undetectableness.
Yeah. If your excuse wasn't that you got a cut on your toe and bled all over the house.
Well, I mean, allegedly. I'm just saying, you know, if I were on the marketing team, I'd be like, he almost got away with it. And if it
Yeah.
worked for him to almost get away with it, imagine how clean your house will be. Swiffer, you almost got away with it.
Yeah. Like the cut on his toe. Okay. I'm looking at a picture of it. Okay.
Ew.
The
You
cut
keep
on
the
his
feet fetch
the
all
cut
to
on his,
yourself.
oh, I don't like his feet. The cut on his toe is probably the size of like the tip of 2 pins. That is the size of the cut on his toe that covered his house in blood.
Well, I mean, is he a hemophiliac? Did we not know this?
I mean, I have bled half to death before. Not actually a joke. And the amount.
Do you need like a person to live with you to make sure you're okay? Like just a guardian ad litem to make sure you're not falling down.
Maybe.
I mean, I need one. So
But like the amount of blood that was in that house, dude wouldn't be able to function if he lost that much. Cause like I remember when I was in that position and like you can't do anything. Like you just don't have the energy to move. That's the only way I can explain it. I know that's not the right word, but like you just can't move. Yeah.
yeah, well, so it's like me. Like earlier this morning, I had to bow out of Baker's because sometimes and also, sir, Mr. Chandler, as a real cripple, I find it offensive that you tried to take my identity. How dare you culturally appropriate my identity as a real cripple, you asshole. I'm a real, I deal with this every day, but my body has a hard time regulating its temperature. So I'm sitting here with a heating pad and I can't get warm. And that's but I could suddenly overheat too. So I was just like, sir, how dare you? How very dare you?
Yeah.
In full Greta Thunberg, how very dare you? You sit here and you tell us about dreams, and you tell me about your pain, Chandler. But I am a real cripple. YouTube's like, demonetized. I'll be like, no, I have a pass right here. Goes on my car, says fully special. Cannot fight me.
Ghost 3. If you're bleeding half to death from that, you might want to go see a doctor. Just saying.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Continue to eat the chocolate, or cat. This is a good
No, that's
idea.
So then to Chandler's. And then I was there, and then I left in the morning because he wanted to do chores, and then around what time I was home. Took a picture.
You know what the chores were? Like, what does that mean?
Chores, like family usually gives me
I know what the
housework.
chores were, yes.
You know the grass outside the front of his house? He usually has to take that to the dump. Probably
Cutting a leg,
make sure all the remaining glasses up,
an arm.
do his laundry.
Do you know, did he go to the dump?
I think he said he went, but it was closed.
Those aren't chores. That's called life and being a damn adult.
Yeah.
These kidults are gonna kill me. I don't understand how an entire workday gets done and then I still have to do stuff at home. Yes, it's
Yeah.
called life.
It's literally called life. For example, before this stream, I finished cutting all the baseboards for my house because you have to.
I finished doing all the tags that I had been writing, and I have one of the new boards done, and I am currently looking and ordering things for my new semi-new office. And
There
trying
you
to
go.
figure out if a bunch of mushroom-shaped lamps would be inappropriate or hilarious.
Hilarious.
Or that they were
Fun.
just closed. I don't know if he drove
Yes.
all the way there.
And
then,
welcome, Sarah Adams.
Timestamp, sorry.
So on your Snapchat, do you manually enter your location, or is it just through your?
Whenever you open Snapchat, it has your location.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you turn it off.
Okay.
And so on Saturday, I was with my dog at 8:53 a.m.
So did you see the fireplace?
Hmm?
What did it look like?
Like broken. It was like one pane, I think,
Jesus.
on the left side.
Welcome.
And did you see like the blood in the glass? Or was that all picked up?
It was pretty much all picked up, except like a little bit of glass was still there. Honestly, I didn't see like a lot of blood, but probably because it was only a cut on his big toe.
Okay.
I see to look at.
And blood was by the fireplace, I assume.
Awesome
The blood was
possum.
by the fireplace.
I think so. I didn't like see it,
Oh, you didn't see the blood?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ma'am, how many fingers am I holding up right now? Just asking for a friend. I went to this detective. Like, what did you see? How was the fireplace? It was broken. And
Yeah.
it inflected up at the end like it was a question. I hate that about younger people now. Everything inflects up like it's a question. I'm like, stop. Just stop it.
Yeah.
Where do you like go in the house? Like, where do you normally like hang out with Chandler?
all the floors, like his bedroom. That night we were mostly just in the living room. So there, the bathroom,
Where the fort was.
to the kitchen, second living room, his room.
Okay.
Like I just don't go in his parents' room or the spare bedroom. And I think Friday night,
sorry. For those that are new coming in, I didn't realize I was muted. Cliff Notes version. This is Kat Melender, and she is Chandler Holderson's girlfriend. This is the first interview of her when they're still assuming, well, they think something's hinky, but she is putting off and appearing very surface level that she knows nothing and they're simply trying to find the parents. So Chandler Halderson was accused and convicted of planning, executing, and then dismembering and basically doing the whole Joel Guy Jr. on his parents because he was lying about school, job, work, just about every daggone thing. So this is the first interview of his girlfriend where she basically gives a lot of evidence that implicates him while trying to profess his innocence.
Yeah. And sleeping in the same room in which the fireplace was used to barbecue old dear mom and dad, or at least parts of them.
Yes. So Chandler tried to use the home fireplace. This is where a lot of people have very big questions about her, at least naivete or not, at least knowledge or even accessory to murder, because she and Chandler stayed in the same room that Chandler had previously the night before tried to burn pieces of his parents, and that wasn't going fast enough, and he didn't realize how hot, incinerators need to be. So he tried to use a fan to get more oxygen into the fireplace, and it exploded because, at home fireplaces can't handle
Yeah, they don't get that hot.
incinerator heat levels.
Yeah.
So she basically stayed in the same room as that with, again, Chandler Halderson, a man baby who is not even capable of making possibly ramen noodles by himself. And
Yes.
yet it smells like there was a barbecue in there. And she is claiming that she knew nothing. And the prosecutor is claiming she knew nothing. So we know she's guilty if the prosecutor claims she knew nothing.
Yeah. Sure,
It-
she didn't.
Now, things to negate the fact that she might be actually supernaturally naive. She is allegedly super allergic to chocolate, yet picked out the chocolate chip cookie to eat. She went to 2 different Targets to pick up hydrogen peroxide when she works at a pharmacy like CVS, and they have an entire first aid,
Yes.
thing. So,
I mean, nobody's ever accused her of being a genius. So,
caption this face. Why haven't I used toner on my blonde under bleach? It's driving Mo crazy.
I'm like,
Or
am I allergic to chocolate or is it something else?
why did I pick the chocolate chip cookie? There was sprinkles.
Why was I
Or
with Chandler?
do I need to remember to breathe all the time? How does my body breathe when I don't tell it to? That's the one. That's what she's thinking right now. Now, being ADHD, I have these thoughts sometimes, so I know this.
And
I didn't
maybe
shower Friday night. I showered Sunday night, I think. Yeah. So Friday night, didn't shower. Slept in the couches. So we could be with the dogs.
Mhm.
Woke up, went to my mom's house to be with my dogs, and they would do the chores. Came over around like lunch-ish time, like noon, I believe. 11 noon time. We hung out, watched Daybreak on Netflix because we started that Friday night. Watched it. Then he left around like before 5, so maybe like maybe late 3, almost 4 to before 5. Like,
She's still
No,
more than Sadie, what's her face from
I straightened my hair.
Person.
Yeah.
That takes about 20 minutes. Chandler was gone. I also did my eyebrows. So that's about another 10 minutes. With eyeliner and everything. So that'd be like 4:20 at the latest is probably when he left.
On
Is it
Sunday.
Saturday.
So you were getting ready at your house?
Because we went out with Rose, remember? Rose and my brother. Well, we as in me and my brother went with Rose. Chandler was at his house.
So did you guys
Cooking.
meet up at your house or mom's house?
My mom's house.
Okay.
When I say our house, I mean my mom's house.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. And then Rose got there around 5, and then we went. It's not really like relevant to the story, but like we got Sencha downtown, walked up to the restaurant on the square that was closed. So we walked down to Ian's, went from Ian's to the fireworks show. I have the picture of my ticket. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Oh, is that the one at
The Isthmus?
Bruce
Yes,
Stevens?
the Isthmus. The Foods Lights at the Isthmus. Pink ticket.
Oh,
Was it?
she's a peopler. No thanks.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a 20-minute show. They said it was supposed to start at 8:30. We sat there till like 9:30, 9:45 before it went off.
I heard it was lame.
Sat there, like, I feel like my butt's still bruised because we got there around like 7:35.
I don't know that
Yeah,
she
for
has
like 2 hours.
ADHD or she's
On
just
bleachers.
20.
Yeah.
Then went home. Woke up. Rose
didn't
and
know
I
lame
went to
was still
Starbucks
used, but
and
now I use
Panera
that
to
all
pick
the
up bagels
time.
and coffee.
Is this Sunday now?
Yes,
Okay.
So when you say you went home, you went to
mom's.
your mom's.
Yes.
Okay.
And you slept there?
Yes.
Okay.
Starbucks some coffee.
Where are you guys driving?
Oh, so in the morning for like Starbucks or like the fireworks show.
The whole shebang.
So okay.
I think that's
Friday,
just
what were you
her.
driving?
Friday, my red Subaru, which is under my mom's name, Dulce Melander.
You know the plates?
VER.
Things are hard. Thinking is hard.
Mm-hmm. The face. That face that she's making. It's like.
I don't know the numbers.
Okay.
I know it's VER. But if you look inside, you can see dog toys on the like windshield thing for my dogs. But so that, and then when it was like going downtown to get Sencha, it was my brother's car, which is a Mazda black. I don't know his plate numbers.
You are okay. Life happens.
And then when we went to get Starbucks and then the Panera, my Subaru again. Red Subaru Forester 2012.
Okay, so all I've heard lately or through this is that she probably spent all of her paycheck on flipping drive-throughs. She's
Mhm.
pissing me off.
Yeah. It's like,
I
don't know how to
God,
cook.
I'm becoming old.
Don't know how to cook. She's with some dude who has no job, never has had a job, didn't go to school or anything like that, has no prospects, yet she's clearly banging this dude. And it's like, and she's bringing no value to the relationship either. And it's like, they're just going to be a dumpster fire. But, yeah.
She FaceTimed him in the shower, which I've seen Chandler. I don't want to see that in my mind, but now I have to because, and all I can imagine is those skinny calves just. But I mean, if he really had the dropsies and everything, what's she gonna do if he passes out? Hey, Chandler's parents, if you heard that loud thunk, it's your kid. You might want to go get it. I mean, obviously they were doing the stuff.
On FaceTime in the shower, yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, Kat, aren't you concerned that your boy is going to pass out from blood loss? I mean, maybe she wasn't. Maybe it's not that big. Or maybe at that, that point of elation that maybe he can't handle it because he's so weak. Because he just can't handle it.
Oh my gosh, you have to hear. I know Sal did some of their prison calls where he's, praising her for sending him good smelling lotion. Oh my God, he is such a girl. No offense to girls, but
So I see some questions about FaceTiming in the shower and is her phone waterproof? So there's ways to do it. Like
I'm
they make things you
not
can stick to
listening.
your wall and all this, like, or stick it outside of the shower. Like, Jesus. Come on, guys.
And thank you, John, for the $2 super chat. Oh my gosh, these two are just, again, I'm trying to give grace because I'm sure I was just dumb and we didn't have, Snapchat in the shower. Too long didn't read. This is Chandler Halderson's girlfriend. He was convicted of dismembering, burning, and scattering his parents' remains all over Wisconsin.
And
This is
maybe
his
taking a nibble.
girlfriend. Yeah, this is his girlfriend who we all believe had to know something because she stayed in the room where he tried to barbecue said parents the night after and helped him clean up the alleged crime scene with hydrogen peroxide, though he said he cut his foot. Now, allegedly, at this point, she believes that his parents are missing, and she is going to give all the information that the cops need to pin Chandler to the wall, basically. Allegedly in Minecraft, and that is figuratively YouTube.
Yes.
She's a bit of a twit, I believe is what that might
Or-
be.
Or twat, depending on how you want to look at it. For you UK people.
Just a little bit. She's kind of a bit 20. Are you starting?
Sorry,
You're good.
Oh God.
stomach acid.
That was Sunday, right? That you went to get.
Starbucks and Panera. And then
What time do you think that was at?
Can't even make her
Morning.
own coffee.
you might have a screenshot of my receipt.
She takes screenshots of her receipts. Why?
I went to a Starbucks once, and then they said they never got my order, and I didn't have the receipt, so I just take screenshots of my receipts now.
Because she wants to bring the receipts, Mo.
What Starbucks did you go to?
East Side one, the one by the East Town Mall.
Okay.
So
I go to Starbucks once every
I
4
had
years.
Stars, so it was free.
Lil Pill, I need to introduce
They
you to some
stopped doing the
people.
birthday ones.
Did they? That's evil. So my order for Panera was ready at 9:43, and the time stamp in the corner says 9:33 a.m.
Cool.
That's a good idea. Yes, she
And
did.
then
Yes,
we
she
went
did.
back, hung out,
That's the
had
best thing.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Chandler got there around maybe the area between 12 and 1 ish.
That's not an area, that is
Because I
a
remember-
time.
Let me check my call logs.
Vale, time is a social construct. You bigot. How dare you? She is simply, we don't know. We don't know. Time could be anything. We don't know its gender and we don't assume its construct. It hasn't announced itself. So
And time is money, so it can be an object apparently too.
yeah.
And if you're like our last week's lovely character, Miss Clinny, time can be some other, or money, time can be some other things with her.
Yeah, time can be private or you can pay for it.
It just depends.
Dad can set it up. Oh my gosh, that is so gross.
Yeah.
I don't believe that she is. I mean, okay, I know we are making fun of her, but she is, I believe, a pharmaceutical technician. So that should make you feel very good about your medicine. I think she is also in school, and I'm trying to give her a lot of grace because I didn't have a very long time where I was a dumb person on my own, just thinking about me. But I can imagine that I was just this dumb and insufferable.
I'm sure after this trial that she has probably had a personal growth spurt where she has realized that she might be naive and a bit stupid, and that she's probably, let's again give her the benefit of the doubt, that she might be a well-adjusted person now.
Well,
Maybe.
and to be honest, we're all like this until life kicks us really, really hard in the tit or the dangly bits, if you will. And then you become like me and you're like, oh, I guess life
Couldn't
hasn't kicked you in the nutsack yet. Well, I'll see you
can't,
after that. Welcome to the dark side. We have cookies and dark humor and maladaptive coping mechanisms, but
can
sarcasm.
well, all right. Can tits be dangly bits too?
Yes.
Technically?
Yes.
Okay. So we can just use dangly bits.
Dangly bits.
How much they
Since he
dangle is
FaceTimed us while we were
up for
in
debate.
Ross.
She's just Vale, she has spent like $80 on fast food. It is
In less than 24 hours.
I know the mom that's like looking at my groceries and thinking, "Holy God, we are trying to get, this inflation is killing me." And she's over here like, "I just spent $170 in 2 days
Yeah.
on like,
Starbucks, Panera, and whatever that place was.
yeah, it's just killing me just a little bit inside."
Yeah. Yeah. She'll learn.
Ross, dress for less. Getting these shoes. Helping out with
Her dad
suggestions. Chunky dad shoes. Chandler approved.
Chunky dad cheese. God, that sounds like a euphemism.
And I remember a call dropped many times.
Or a really cool like grunge band
Because there's no signal in there.
or an alternative Arizona band.
Actually, in hindsight, after I said that, I think I take that back, considering the topic at hand.
Just saw him feeling right. Just you and Rose went to get Starbucks and Panera.
Yep, and then when we yes, just her and I and my brother stayed home because he was smoking ribs.
Oh, okay. So then on
She had ribs twice in one weekend. I mean, I approve, but
Oh,
can't finish that
Jesus.
sentence.
She had hamburgers with Chandler and ribs, and
Hello.
it's just
Oh Lord in
Jesus.
heaven. No, he was smoking ribs, not that one, but
I'm
it
I'm
could
gonna
be
s-
heard.
I'm gonna assume there's probably some bong rips involved too.
Well, I mean, you have to sit next to the smoker, make sure it's still going. You want to
Yeah,
dilate that time until forever, so why not smoke?
yeah. Like, is it? But yes, whose ribs is it? Is it rack of mom? Is it rack of dad? Like, we don't know.
She's like, this smells oddly similar to Chandler's living room, but maybe it's a new Febreze candle, barbecue of something. Ode to barbecue. What the hell?
That
Just
sounds like a
this
Yankee
face.
candle.
It does. It's like for Father's Day, get him ode to ribs or bacon. The leather one actually smells good. The bacon one smells just awful. Don't do it, y'all. It's a tarp. It's a trap.
I
Saturday night at Chandler's
have
for the night.
one. Doesn't smell
You
like that. It's the Sakura Cherry Blossom Festival, I think is what it's called, because cherry blossoms smell amazing.
Yeah. Like I said, you could kidnap me with clearance candles. I'm telling you, not puppies or kittens, but like we have a bunch of clearance candles that like fell off a truck somewhere. Be like, I'm listening. And
Go on.
and they're like, we'll give you for like 5 boxes for $50. I'm like, I'm there. We're
Oh,
also
yeah.
going to meet in an alley. Okay, but you still have the candles, right? Like we want to meet alone. Yes, but you still have all the candles.
All you have to do, Mo, is in the back of this panel van over here, we have them all on little shelves in here. And like, we'll give you the boxes and you can just load them up and then you can just take them. You just have to go inside
Yeah.
to get it, though.
Yeah.
It's like, technically, was it kidnapping? She got involuntarily.
Yeah, the prosecutor would be like, "Look, she has a weakness for candles. It was entrapment for her, but it's still a crime. So,
Yeah.
stuff." Now, my youngest, most feral, if you offered him a puppy, or a duck, he'd be like, "I have siblings, you know." He'd be like, "You have puppies and kittens? I have more children that look like me. Would you like me to go get them?"
Yeah.
Oh, this is terribly dark. We should go on.
The night with you at the house?
Nope, he was at his house.
So he went home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was home Saturday.
And then we were at like Ross.
Oh, the
I
vocal fry
think-
too. She's gonna kill me.
It's from all
112
that smoked meat.
is what I'm thinking.
112.
Yes. Because I'm trying to piece it together.
Because Chandler scattered them around
and
the
then I
state.
think we were like, I think we were in Marshall's when he gave me a call. He was sleeping, I think. It's because when he arrived, he was there for like we were all there for a little bit, and then Rose wanted to go to Ross, and so Chandler stayed in my room to take a nap because his legs have been having problems, so he couldn't do the walking around thing, which is fair. And so we went from Ross. I have a picture of my receipt from Marshall's, which is what I took in the car before we went back to the house. And that was taken at 2:14 p.m.
Yes.
That was from
Yes.
where?
Marshall's.
So
Marshall.
Chandler alleged, and the dad heard a tumble down the stairs. This was about 2 weeks before the parents were killed. They took him to the hospital. They did all testing. Nothing came back. The doctor said he had possibly, and very possibly a mild concussion. So, yeah,
He was, is it kind of the story as it kind of went? Is so when his brother, whatever, a month or 2 months before, was diagnosed with the diabetes,
yeah,
that Chandler decided to fall down the stairs because he saw how much care and attention his mother and father were paying to his brother. And so Chandler wanted to be babied some more because he's just a giant, I wouldn't say man baby, maybe boy baby. I'm not really sure. But yeah. So,
well, that, and it gave him a little bit more time to try to, con his family a little longer, because dad was starting to get really pissed off that the school was not sending transcripts because they were trying to do something with their insurance. He wasn't getting, Chandler had made all these elaborate reasons that he wasn't getting paid. First he was salary, then they sent it to somewhere else, then the bank wouldn't accept a check. I mean, he was getting all the runaround, and I know that the dad probably didn't want to believe that Chandler was lying, but at some point they had to be semi-aware.
yeah. Well, and then
I would think.
the day it all happened, his dad had finally put all the pieces together and had called and set up a meeting with the people at the school because he couldn't get the transcripts. And the reason is they couldn't get the transcript is because he wasn't going to school. So
Yeah.
he had been found out. And so that was when Chandler decided to scatter his parents to the wind and not via ash.
Yeah. So it is a sad thing. We do make fun of it, but deep down, I mean, 2 people lost their lives because this guy refused to grow up. And he is a giant dirtbag. He refuses to accept responsibility. He's
Yep.
still appealing his case. And he's left his brother who was going to get married and, go on to have children and things like that without, grandparents, parents, he's robbed everyone of having his parents around because he didn't want to come clean about, his F ups. And we all F up when we're kids. We do, big time,
Yep.
big time.
Yep.
But how you handle that, how you man up or woman up or zer up is how you show that you are growing up. And that's not something that he was able to do at all.
Syrup.
Well, it's the year of our clown 2024. I am not getting dinged for not zerring. And
That's just all I can think about is pancakes now when you said that. All I can think about
pancakes.
is, yeah, pancakes and syrup.
Oh, syrup. Oh, I was thinking. Oh, well, yeah. Sometimes. Look, I am a hot mess express, so do not take any life lessons from me. But when I effed up big time in my 20s, I, learned from it and I've become the person I am, which is kind of why she is
Yeah.
annoying me
Yeah.
a whole hell of a lot.
Love that place.
Me too. They had like Calvin Klein stuff in, so had to cop.
Do you
And
drink a
then,
bottle of water? Do you drink a bottle of water?
yeah, I was really young.
You gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, I went before.
Okay, it's literally right there.
Just let us know. You can go.
Thank you. I will not pee on your couches.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Who would not appreciate that?
Who says that?
There you go.
Oh,
214
okay.
Marshalls.
Yes.
It's just
And then
awkward and weird.
from there,
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess that's something I
we
would
went-
say never mind.
back to the house. And then, so we were kind of like running behind because like dinner was supposed to be like around 3:30. And so like Chandler and I, we got in my car so he could go. We drove to his house so we could let the dogs out. I think I forgot to mention that to you that we went to
Let
Windsor
the
to take his
dogs
dogs out.
Dogs out.
And then
Doot, doot.
How was that?
Well, 214 was on the way back to from Marshall's. On
in the
way,
car in
Yeah.
Marshall's Ross parking lot because we walked to Marshall's.
Okay.
So our house is maybe like a 10-minute drive from there, and then we were there like a couple minutes. Let me check the
How does she have all this on her phone?
I don't know. I can barely remember yesterday, and she's over here like, I've got receipts from 15 years
We
ago.
were-
Maybe she needs to be my assistant. Just saying. She'll know where I am all the time. I just can't commit a crime.
Yeah, because she'll
Not
take
that
a
I
picture
plan
of it.
to.
She'll
ever.
screenshot your
Can I check
Snapchat
my?
location.
I might have a Quick Trip receipt because I went to Quick Trip when we left his house.
Do you know what Quick Trip you went to?
The one by the roundabouts in DeForest, Windsor area. You know, like the road down the water tower.
Yep.
Windsor Road exit. Quick Trip.
So that Quick Trip all by itself, kind of.
Yeah.
I wish they had come and goes in Wisconsin so we could hear about them more often. It's a legit gas station. I'm not making it up. It's,
McDonald's.
Oh, I know it is. That would be so much awesomer
It's bridal.
than Quick Trip. I agree.
Kings. I did not say my receipt. But I know we got gas.
you're guilty then.
And then from there we went to the farm. And then I have a video of us by the pool at the farm. After we had dinner, I think.
Did you make dinner at 3:30?
We had
How
dinner.
old are you? 75?
Oh, so late.
My mom was not happy. Food's good. She made crab salad. Yes, on the 4th, 5:30 p.m. That is Chandler cleaning the bugs out of the pool. And the girl is Rose.
Why was he wearing a long sleeve shirt? Wasn't it like 90 in?
Oh, he wears long sleeve shirts.
Oh,
He doesn't.
Because he's 94 pounds and no one wants to see his stick arms.
Almost
Yeah.
all the pictures were in. He's wearing like a long sleeve.
What time is that video?
I ain't never seen a farmer's tan in his life.
He's never seen work in his life. That's why he's confused as to why it
I'm gonna
took long to
approach.
cut up his
Fine, you're fine.
parents.
It says right there at the top and the dates.
5:30 July 4th.
And then we left around 6:30 because he had to be home before 8 to feed the dogs their dinner. And so we left around 6:30, probably got to like my mom's house. Not gonna throw it.
there's a garbage or a bathroom.
I think it'll look really sus if I stand up and run out of here. Not trying to get tackled.
I'm not going to tackle you.
You can go if you need to.
Okay, she is hella guilty because she's like, don't tackle me, man. Don't tase me, bro.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't do anything, I promise. You
Yeah.
did all the things, ma'am. I don't believe you at all. At all.
And making excuses for she's going to projectile vomit and she's going to pee on their couches. Just like,
I mean, I don't want to be a butt, but you're kind of making yourself sound super de duper guilty. Like
Yeah.
all the guilties.
like I've had to tell people like, hey, I have an anxiety thing. Like, so if I like dip out real quick, don't worry. But yeah, that's like, I'm not like, hey, I'm going to pee on your couch.
I mean, that's a full Letitia kind of thing. If you really want to, I mean, it's, I wouldn't think you'd want to, but you can go full Letitia.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it, but I mean,
Yeah.
okay, y'all, how bad is it that I am looking at silk robes on eBay, or not eBay, on Amazon because I really want a Courtney Clenny robe still? I'm a terrible, horrible human being, and I should be looking at stuff for my office, but then I got sidetracked. You're
You're
shocked,
good.
I'm sure.
Okay.
So you left around 6:30 because Chandler needed to feed the dogs.
Yes.
Did you stay on Sunday at his house or did you go? Okay.
I stayed with him. But when we first got to my mom's house, he left right away to go straight to his house to feed the dogs. I got my wet clothes out
Ready
of
to feed the
the
dogs.
washer because I was going to dry my clothes there. And so
Stop
I did
smacking your
that,
lips.
packed everything
Stop
I
it.
needed, went to his place. He threw everything in the dryer, which I'm not supposed to do. You gotta separate stuff to hang it. So like we took time to like pull stuff out and hang it. And then we went to his mom's coworker's house, Dan, and he did some fireworks in the street. And we did that for like maybe an hour. And then went back, took a shower. I blew dry my hair,
Went back to
his house. And then went to bed around like 12.
I am fine. The
morning
cat knocked
because,
something
yeah,
over.
Fireworks going off, Rizzo's jumping on everything,
Sure.
barking, crying. Poor girl. Are we stopping on Sunday or are we going on till Tuesday?
Keep on going.
All right, keep on trucking. So from
You're
there,
doing good, so fine. I'll let you keep going.
I really try to remember things. And then Sunday woke up, got ready.
Had barbecue ribs.
Sunday or Monday?
Monday, sorry.
Okay.
Left around 7:40 because I took a picture at 7:33 of us.
Is he sleeping?
No, he was awake.
Oh, okay.
He just rests his eyes a lot.
Okay.
Why are you taking
And as long
pictures
as
of
he
him
can.
asleep? Or not asleep, Jody
And
Arias.
Then I went to
Oh.
work. I don't know if you want to see a picture of me at my job because I took a picture
Dear God,
in
what
the
are
hazardous
you?
section.
Pictures at your
In the
work? What
hazardous
is
vacation.
She's got to be one of those
Yeah, what
people
do you
like on
like?
Instagram.
What
Like,
shirt
I'm
do
at
you have on?
work.
Billie
Oh.
Eilish?
Yeah. It was a
Oh,
sweater over a
Lord.
black t-shirt.
It's like
You look super
Save
pumped
me.
to be at
out
work.
shopping.
Oh, hazardous
Yay.
is so fun. I'm just tired. So
What time was that picture?
9:16 a.m. 9:16 a.m. And then after work,
What time do you get done with work?
so I was working 8:30 to 5. So
35.
yeah, that's the hazardous shift. We do a rotating schedule.
You get a lunch break?
Yeah.
It's a long day.
I get a 30-minute lunch break.
Okay.
15-minute break if I choose. We don't have time.
Take it. Take a break.
We don't have time.
Okay.
I'm
From
pretty
there,
sure there's
I
literally
went
laws
to
for that.
my mom.
She is a pharmaceutical technician, from as much as I could gather. I don't know what pharmacy, and I don't know if she still does that. I think she was in school for something or other, probably criminal justice, from what I remember. But don't quote me on that.
Yeah. I mean, or sous chef. Yeah.
His house. Because
Oh, thank
Chandler
you,
went to the
Fraudit Wrangler,
farm
for gifting 5 memberships.
my mom's fiance lets him walk in the pool because that's one of the things we did Sunday because it helps stretch out his legs, make him feel better. Because I also helped stretch his legs on Friday.
And those
because
went
he
to
has some,
observation station. Hattie Durbin.
Numbness, that's the word. In them from his fall he had a couple weeks back. And
Let's
so
see,
from there,
Sylvia
he came over to my house.
Tinge,
Before that, I went to
SH,
McDonald's.
Janie J79.
So he probably got to my house around like
Let me
7,
get
more
those all written
incoming
down.
like beat me there. 'Cause
I
was
know,
at
I'm
McDonald's
writing
line.
as fast as I
There's
can.
a
I want
guy
to,
screaming at
because
someone
I
in
do the
window, and I
tags.
took a video of
Yep.
him at the McDonald's. 7:14.
And
That was at
then
Milwaukee Street, right?
Yeah, the one your friend liked a lot.
John gifted 5. Oh, and Janice
and then-
J79. And then John
He ate and then left.
gifted.
Then he stayed at his parents' house. I stayed at my
5.
mom's house. Woke
And
up,
those went
went to
to
work.
BL
picture of-
Blazy,
What time did he get to your house on Monday to use the pool?
Delta
On the
Rice,
farm.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check my call records.
Terry D, Jessica McClaverty, or Jesse McClaverty,
So I called him around 5:02 when I got off work, and I got into my car, and I think he was
and
starting
Shirley
to drive at that
Montoya.
time.
Thank you so much for gifting those. And please thank
Drive.
both Fraudit
From
and
Windsor
John for
to-
those.
the farm.
Writing things down, making sure I don't dyslexia them,
That's really sweet.
which is possible.
Um,
And
You hit it.
Sarah Adams, thank
I didn't
you.
make it, so.
so there's that, and then I called my mom and the
Thank you for
farm
pledging.
because they weren't answering his call.
Okay, so memberships are
Mhm.
99 cents. I am going to start getting much better with membership stuff. I am supposed to be doing membership videos and streams. I have been all of the Twitter pated. But memberships are just a way you pay 99 cents a month. I am going to work better on membership stuff. And basically, if you're a member, I can have a member stream and only members can attend. And you get a free super chat, I believe, every month. I might be wrong about that. And then you can enable gifts on your chat window. I think there's a little doodad up top that you can enable gifts. There you go. Oh, Ghostery is telling you, because don't listen to me for any tech reasons. It is not a good thing. And thank you, Sarah Adams, for gifting one. And then I have cork boards that I do backing with all sorts of newspaper font. And then I put tags up. Thank you, Sarah Adams, for gifting a membership. And just to show my appreciation for everyone supporting me, I put tags up with everyone's memberships and donations, and then they'll just cover my back wall or something. I don't know. But I like the thought of being very appreciative. And I got the idea from Baker, and he is awesome and let me steal it. And that went to Suzanne Stevenson. But it's just a cool way because honest to goodness, I never thought I was going to do this in my life. So it's a fun way to decorate and have that. And Baker's smart. He used Post-it notes. I decided to get all bougie with it, so I have to write things down on Post-it notes, and then I've got, honest to God, I've got 300 tags I need to put up. So on the new board and some of the old, on the new 2 boards, and then I've got a giant board coming in.
Calls. And then I think I finally got a hold of my mom, and then we're friends.
Me too. Me too.
And then
One day I'm going to do the Romy and Michelle's high school reunion dance. It's on my bucket list.
That's a good
And thank you
movie.
so much for all the people that donated memberships
was
and the
around there.
people that got it. Memberships, welcome.
7:05. He might have been close. Because we have called 7:05 the last 4 minutes.
Fraudit, you have got me going back to the start of. I need to find the video where he got locked in freaking the elevator, but you have got me just binging dumpster fire and dingus videos. And I blame you for my new Fraudit addiction. I blame you. Poor Mr. Mo is like, I was like, this dumbass from Indiana. And he's like, I thought you had friends to talk about this stuff with. I'm like, no, he's representing my state, which is already dumb for the Delphi thing. And now we've got this dumb. We don't claim him. We don't. But I did love the pickle guy and the cosplay. I thought that was awesome.
Yes, I think when he was close. And then he left, and then Tuesday I woke
Thank
up,
you.
went to work. Went back to my mom's house because he wanted to come over, and I was gonna cook his pork chops. But my mom changed everyone's mind because she really wanted Buffalo Wild Wings. Because the thing we do with Chandler is buy one get one, and we do 2 orders of that, so we get like 60 wings.
Yeah, the thing we do with my deadbeat boyfriend who never has money is we buy him free food.
Yeah.
Again, why are you with this dude? I am confused.
Yeah. Aim higher, ladies.
Well, I mean, honestly, what does he bring to the relationship? He doesn't work. He
Yeah.
doesn't go to school.
No.
He what
plays
does he
video
do?
games. He plays video games. He does that.
Well, to be fair, and then thank you, K Matt Red Queen, for becoming a member. Yeah, it just, I mean, then again, I know that I didn't aim that high either. So,
Yeah.
and he'd put a lot of work into, pretending. I mean, God, if he'd just put that work into finding a daggone job, that's what kills me.
Yeah. It's not that hard, especially at this time.
You would think, but it's just, I can't with this. She's just, she is
So we did that.
interesting.
And then Chandler watched Legally Blonde with us, and I remember there was a storm happening.
So you went to mom's after work? And then,
It's easier because it's like halfway between the apartment and his house.
okay. So from mom's, then we went to the farm.
So, okay. Couple
Right? Is
things.
that what you said?
So, on that, you've seen Chandler, right?
Well, I mean, maybe God did give him like one advantage. She's like, look, you're going to be skinny. You're going to have tiny calves. You're going to be useless at all things human. But
But we can
we,
go to no,
but you have a secret power.
and I'm
No,
pretty sure that's not it.
no. And I'm,
It's, I mean, so logically thinking here, right? So if you've seen a picture of Chandler, Cat is out of his league,
yes.
way out
And
of
if you've seen
it.
his ex-girlfriend, she's also out of his league. What the hell is he?
I think because there was the thing that he was pitching about, like, he's going to make all this money at SpaceX and all this stuff, even though she doesn't know how to do math because $80,000 does not equal a $750,000 house, but I digress. But it was the prospect of that she might not have, that they would be set for life is clearly how she was thinking about it because she doesn't know how to math. So I think that's why she stuck around with him. So
Yes, but if an entire year goes by and he's never able to pay for anything, I
yeah,
mean, I don't know. Well, my tolerance for BS is much lower than it was when I was a teen or a 20-year-old. So maybe I would have tolerated a lot more.
yeah.
Which is bad.
No. On Monday, he went from the farm to mom's house. And then Tuesday, we didn't go to the farm.
Okay, so Tuesday you were at mom's house.
Tuesday at mom's house.
I love
Chandler,
the
was
Wisconsin.
he there
Well,
already?
Tuesday you
He
are
wasn't
at.
there before I got there.
Okay. What time did Chandler get there?
Maybe like 6. Six. And then there was a storm happening while he was there at 8:02. So he probably left like a little later. Like maybe 8:30 is when he left.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably about right. Yeah, because the video is from 8:02. And then he was in the bathroom at that point. I remember
She
because
took
it takes
video
like
of him
20
in the
minutes
bathroom? Minus the shower.
It takes him 20 minutes in the bathroom. Has he tried a squatty potty? I mean, God. You're timing his bowel movements, ma'am. What is wrong with you? I need some explanation. Come to the front of the congregation
Oh, what did I
for the
just
Church
do?
of Mo.
I just did something.
Uh,
I don't know what
it's
I did.
okay. So sometimes when you're typing in chat, if you type, I do that to Nick all the time. Sometimes if it's not in chat, like directly in it, it'll change the thingy for hotkeys or something. It's magic.
Oh, there you go. I see what. Okay.
Demons. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I was like, Nick, why did you give me any power over your channel? This sounds like a terrible idea. I would never, never recommend giving me any power.
Yeah. There's too many buttons to push.
Yes. So we'll be watching something and
Yeah,
suddenly
no,
we're just
yesterday.
both on big screen. I'm like, damn it.
Wasn't I?
Did you go over to Chandler's on Wednesday?
No,
Or
we
yes-
hung out.
I know, but did after you and I had our epic
No,
hangout?
I went to my friend Danny's. I told you how I went to hang out with Danny. His girlfriend Abigail works at David's Bridal, so I met them there.
Why were you at David's
And
Bridal,
then
ma'am?
we went and got dinner at Guadalajara, just close to downtown. And then we went back to their condo and I stayed on their futon because I didn't think it was a good idea for me to go to my apartment and just lay there alone. And then I went to work today for only 30 minutes.
Why only 30?
I was crying.
Okay.
I'm an emotional person.
That's what you're crying about?
My boyfriend's parents are missing. Like, I think it's more concerning if I wasn't concerned. I'm a very emotional person. Like, I cry enough for both of us, is like what I like to say.
Sure.
Like, it's like,
You
I
don't
hate-
say.
That sounds utterly exhausting and terrifying. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's
This the more she talks about her personality, the more I'm like,
yeah.
no, thank you. Hard pass. Stay away from me. I can't deal with super emotional people. I'm done. No, no. Stay away.
Yeah. It's what she has described seems like a lot to deal with.
I mean, and there's a different level. Like when you're 20 and you have like a bill you can't pay, that's again, she hasn't had that kick in the pants thing yet, that kick in the dangly bits.
Yeah.
So everything is a crisis until you get a real crisis, and then you're like, oh, this is nothing. Okay, I can, get through this. No big whoop.
Yeah. It's just the way that, I mean, she eats out every day, like multiple times a day. And it's like you're literally just working to eat and that's it.
Yeah, and you don't get that until you get more stable and get to be a more adult, and you're like, hey, I would like to move out of my house. Where can I save money? Holy crap! I've just spent $300 in 3 days because I'm not feeding myself.
Yeah. And having people make coffee for me.
I don't like that they ask your name. That's the first reason I don't go to Starbucks. Second, I don't like coffee. And third, if I'm going to get a Frappuccino, I might as well get a milkshake because it's full of sugar anyway. And they don't
Yeah.
ask my name at Steak and Shake.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Yeah.
it's 2 to 4 and it's half priced. And I'm like, thank you, ma'am. And you didn't ask my name. I like it.
Yeah.
I hang out with the family often, There's parents, they're important. Like, I hang out with them, we play Mario Kart. His mom makes a toad sound every time she selects Toad. No, Yoshi, the
Aw.
Yoshi sound. That's
Yeah.
exactly how she does it. Lose every time, but I don't know. I just don't understand how you couldn't be worried or emotional.
I know. I mean, that's why we're here. We're worried.
Yeah.
You're worried. How's Chandler been?
Like I said, he's not really. He expresses it in a different way. It's not like the biggest emotional.
The man has the expression of a mute deaf autist. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Doesn't express emotions. Are you kidding? Ma'am, what are you trying to tell me over here? Because you are lying out your butthole right now.
Yeah. Like
Expresses emotion, my ass.
his demeanor is similar to that of another Wisconsinite who nibbled on people, Mr.
Yeah.
Dahmer. Like his expression is exactly the same. Like there's just not one.
There's no expression. I don't know what she's trying to sell here, but ma'am, that is not going to fly. He has no expression.
Yeah.
You can't pretend that he has one. That's not
Yeah.
how this works.
It wasn't Kat saying that. It was the interrogation. The interrogator was insinuating that he was showing no emotion. And Kat was trying to explain it away. is to like, this is why he doesn't do it, because I do it for the both of us, and blah 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 blah.
Well, and you can have like if you go into a very high stress situation, I go into and I could understand when Jennifer Crumbly said, when there's a stressful situation, I go into taking care of business mode.
Mhm.
So I could understand that because I basically shut down and I go into, okay, we don't have time for emotions. We need to get stuff done.
Yeah.
So what needs to get done first? Everyone else can kind of fall apart, but I can take care of stuff and I can deal with this later. Now that is maladaptive and it's not good, and you actually do have to do feelings apparently for some reason. But that's how I deal with it. So you can get people that are very stoic and don't,
Yeah.
express emotion, but that's not the general thing that happens.
Yeah.
And these are his parents. He's acting like he lost a scooter somewhere,
Yeah.
except when he's weirdly stalking all the neighbors and asking if they have, cameras that see infrared and in the dark.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. And even like during the like, and I know they get coached on like, don't show any expressions and stuff during the trial and all this stuff, but dude was just dead inside, and they were showing pictures of like pieces of his dad.
Yeah, like
And
flank
it's
of
like,
dad.
yeah, it's like, and I don't understand how you, if you didn't do it, how you could show no emotion seeing like, you know, literally dad in a t-shirt, like, and
Yeah,
that's
just
it.
torso.
No, yeah, no head, no legs, just dad in a t-shirt. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
and it didn't phase him, and that's the issue there, is that the things don't phase him, and he needs to come up with a reason. And again, Jennifer Crumbly, when she was doing fairly well, she, was explaining, and I understood, hey, when really, really tragic things happen, or really, stressful things happen, I will shut down into let's get it done, let's get it planned, let's take care of it mode. And I totally get that.
yeah,
But then she totally effed up on some questions, and I was like, oof,
yeah,
well, you're gonna get
yeah,
it. So her professing emotion, I mean, I get it, but since I'm not a person that expresses it that way, I guess it's a little odd to me, but it's not terribly alarming. It doesn't.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it all depends on the scenario, right? Like, I mean, because even people like react to things in different ways based on what exactly is happening. Because like one type of stress isn't the same as another type of stress, and so like people react to things differently in different scenarios. But like it just seems like this kid just had like nothing.
Yeah, he was really blank. I mean, his affect, even when he was talking about his dad being upset, I mean, his voice never changed. It was very odd.
Yeah, I mean, because it was the same way. So like the thing with his dad being upset and his parents being missing was the exact same way that he described how he fell down the stairs, and then how he had whatever a fort date with Kat.
Yeah,
Like it didn't change. Like there was no, like he wasn't even showing emotions towards her, like being excited that she was there, or that he probably, they probably fooled around or whatever. It's like he showed nothing, like nothing at all. It was
yeah.
just kind of very strange.
It was all very, very strange. It was all very con confusing, in the sense that these are your parents, you saw them allegedly leave with people you have never met before, and you are not concerned in the least. You don't, report them missing until you're forced to, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do. And it's the same mental block that Joel Guy Jr. had, because you're in your 20s and you're in your selfish phase, or they're just selfish in general, but he didn't assume that anyone was going to miss his parents.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, well, they'll just be gone and no one will care. Like
Yeah.
their jobs wouldn't notice.
Yeah. Neighbors
It
wouldn't
is.
notice. The realtor
Yeah.
that had just sold the house wouldn't notice. Like nobody would notice.
Yeah,
Or
no one
his,
would
'cause they had,
siblings.
yeah, I was gonna say that because he had siblings too. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just,
It just boggles the mind how people think they're going to get away with this, and they don't have absolutely any care about the people that they're actually taking away. But that's,
yeah. Well, and he also
why
was a
they're
genius
morons.
who wrote it all down.
Yeah, he had like the
The murder
the
book.
book of premeditation, for fuck's sake.
I
Like, there you
mean,
go.
but apparently he got into a school for very, very smart people for whatever it was. I don't even remember.
Okay,
But
he has what we call academic intelligence. He is street stupid.
he's dumber than a box of rocks.
He has what we like to call les incompétents.
Emotional person, but like, I guess like when I look at him, it's different when other people look at him. Like I can tell it's really hard on him, and like
That's what she
he
said.
just sits there and dissociates and like paces and like just sits there like where are my parents, like a shell. And like when his brother was over, like
When was that?
they left around like
Today?
yeah, like before they went to the cabin. They left around like 2-ish. They were there at like 20 minutes at most, but like he's following his big brother around. Like subtle things like most people don't notice, but like dating him for a while.
What was Mitchell doing there at the house? Just looking around the house?
Looking for anything Chandler missed and like grabbing the spare keys to go up to the cabin, or keys that Chandler found in his dad's car that they think are the spare keys to the cabin. And then they talked for a while. Chandler told him about his leg numbness and how he's been going to the farm and like doing circles in the pool to like help with that, like PT, and how I've been stretching them. And yeah.
So he was following
Okay.
his brother around the house today.
And, as a person that probably is going to have to do that BS PT because I actually have, stuff wrong with my legs, I would like to say on behalf of all of us real cripples, fuck you, Chandler Alderson. I am in a mood. But like there are people that actually deal with this. There are people that, can't go up the stairs in their house every day or things like that. And he's just using it as a little prop so that people think he didn't, fillet his parents. And it just, it didn't piss me off at the time, but it does now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just,
But then again, everything pisses me off here today. I'm like, get off my lawn, kids. I'm keeping the Frisbee, damn it. Break it in front of them. Just,
yeah. We all have
I am
days,
not
though.
fit. I am not fit for outside peopling today. Mr. Mo was like, you want to go out? I was like, I am not fit for outside peopling today. That would be bad. It would be a bad idea.
I can barely inside people today.
Yeah. Like, look, it would be bad. I would catch a case and I don't look good in orange.
Today, just pacing, upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his own way, like just showing his brother like, hey, like maybe like in their dressers. I didn't find anything, but like, do you know what this mail could mean? Pretty much. I stayed on the couch and I didn't want to like intrude in a way.
Yeah.
Like, I've only been dating him for almost 2 years, and like his fiance's been dating him for like 6. You know, like,
When did he start using the pool to work his legs out? Has it been going on for a while?
Sunday,
Started Sunday.
because he was in his brace until Thursday.
Yes, he
His
was wearing a
parents
neck
really let him do
brace.
Things, you know,
Hmm.
baby boy foot on the stairs. So
Up until his parents magically disappeared.
Yeah, then he found the cure to his head
Sorry, you're
problems.
No, I think you did already. So
hydrate or dihydrate.
That's what I heard. So his brother is there today. He leaves.
To go to the cabin.
Yeah. What does Chandler want to do? Does he want to stay in Madison? Does he want to go up to the cabin and help his brother? What's he thinking?
I asked him that when I was on the couch. I was like, why don't we go up to the cabin? Because like his fiance and him were going. He's like, well, I can't drive. I'm like, well,
I
could've
haven't gotten it yet.
drove. He's like, yeah, you could have. He's like, but I don't know if they need me in Madison for questions, which clearly you guys did. And like, and I also need to be with the dogs. And he's like, and you need to be with the dogs because, you know, they have a harder time with Caitlin because she's not around them as much. So that was his reasoning. And then before Mitch came, I cooked him pork chops and like Brussels sprouts. And then
Not
after
touching
that, before Mitch came, we showered.
Dang
And
it.
then Mitch came, and then he left, and then I think he went to his neighbors to see.
Anything to cover up the, smoky people smell? Jesus.
Yeah.
The soylent people?
Did you do it in the crock pot?
Giblets. And no Brussels sprouts. Well, you know what? You know why she did Brussels sprouts? Those things smell out the yin yang. I make those with bacon for Mr. Mo, but those smell gross.
Yeah, not a fan of the old Brussels sprouts.
Again, if something stinks that bad when you cook it, I don't understand why you would put it in your mouth. But that's
Yeah.
that's a personal preference, and I have the palate of a 5-year-old, so I'm like,
Yeah.
chicken fingers, please.
If they had like any like a Ring camera, and if there's like footage that might have caught the car, and they said they already handed it over to the police when he came back, and I was in the backyard playing frisbee with the dogs. And then we went inside and watched New Girl.
Mhm.
And then he saw the police outside. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna go talk to them to ask if I can still get my mail in the mail, because I guess there is like a ticket saying no mail or something like that." I don't know if it's a thing, but
Yeah, someone said it smells like someone's cooking pork. I think that was a retired cop.
That's
Mhm.
weird.
It was the guy across the street when they caught because
How
his
was it if you-
camera caught the video where at night the fireplace, the little plume, they could see
Yeah.
the little fire in there, and then it exploded when the glass broke. It was
Yeah.
that guy. I think he was the retired cop because he said it smelled like someone was cooking pork.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just Chandler, come on now. You have a green egg. I don't know. I'm a terrible person. I'm just saying, you have a green egg. Why are you using the fireplace?
I mean,
16 hours in there. Never mind. Gonna stop right there. I'm a terrible person. Pray for my soul now because it needs Jesus. All the Jesus.
He came back from the neighbor's house after checking for the ring.
he was like, I don't know, I guess a little relieved that they had a camera and they already handed it over to the police. Like, he's really
I don't
concerned
think
about his
so.
parents.
But
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
know,
he's concerned
every
they'll
Sunday,
find him.
"Oh, my parents annoy me," but like, there's parents. Like they do dinners all the time together. Like every holiday, they're doing a dinner. Father's Day, Mother's Day, they're all together. Like Easter, they don't really even celebrate Easter that much, but his parents make sure they have Easter baskets for everyone. Like,
So he has a good relationship with mom and dad.
like he's introverted and like doesn't want to hang out with his parents. He'd rather video game on his computer.
Sure.
When we play board games, he's like more reserved, you know, like not like shouting out jokes, but like he, you know, has one-liners in there,
Sure.
as they call them. Yeah, like he fishes in his backyard with his dad.
Oh, sorry, chat. I didn't see that.
That's why one of the reasons why I bought the house, so they could fish in the backyard.
Jacob,
Good
just
relationship,
get
nothing-
yourself some
no problems
peeps.
that
You'll
you
be
know of
okay.
Between the three of them.
Put them in the freezer.
I
They're
mean,
yummy.
Or
He
the
owed the
microwave.
money, but he paid them back. I told
Yeah.
you that already.
With toothpicks so they can
That's why I
fight.
was let over during the weekend. But other than that, that's like the only time I've really seen the big problem with them, I guess.
Vale, you've never done peep jousting in the microwave?
I've never heard of this until just now.
So you put a toothpick in each of the peep and you put them kind of, well, close together enough that they will expand, you know, and hit each other. But then you know, microwave them for 30 seconds and see who gets impaled. Most of the time it's a duel. You know, no one wins.
That's hilarious. I mean, because I knew they grew and stuff, but like, I mean, I don't eat sugar, so I couldn't even tell you the last time I was around a peep.
Well, they are concentrated sugar. I got one because I was very sad and they had a different flavor. And I was like, holy God, how did I eat a whole pack of these when I was a kid at once? Just like,
Yeah,
you
right.
know.
I do remember
just-
that they're like super sugary.
So my deal is I put them in the freezer and I'll have like one like randomly. Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And it's not that it's no sugar. It's like no processed sugars. Like if it's from fruit or whatever, like that stuff's fine, but I don't eat processed sugars. But
Oh, that is beautiful. Thank you.
the peeps.
I do love peeps. I will admit it. I love spam and I love peeps. You know, so if the world ends, I am absolutely set. You know, you guys fight for the real food. I'm gonna stock up on spam and peeps
You
and
could get
we'll be
Twinkies
fine.
too.
I don't
Twinkies.
like Twinkies. I don't.
Oh,
They're kind
interesting.
of now oatmeal cream pies.
Okay.
Now those things. Or Star Crunch. I'm like, I could be persuaded to the dark side. Keep talking.
Did you know up in Minnesota there is a spam museum?
I now have another thing on my bucket list.
Yes, there is a spam museum in Minnesota.
I'm coming to Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's a fan meetup. Spam
At the
museum.
museum.
Yes. Thank you, Vince Clortho, for $2. So what I do want to do is probably sometime when the kids are just by myself because okay, I'm a weirdo. I love grocery stores and I've heard that there is a Jungle George's or something over in Ohio. It's like a giant grocery store full of all sorts of stuff. I am going to go by myself and just have fun.
It's
'Cause
called
I'm a
Jungle
weirdo.
George's.
Yeah, it's like a huge grocery store thing, I think.
Huh.
Or I was making stuff up at 3 a.m. It's very possible. that I was doing one or the other.
Jungle gyms, maybe?
Okay. Yeah, it's like a freaking amusement park and grocery store. None of my family is very excited about it, but I totally want to go and spend like 3 days just getting all the weird stuff that I can't get here. I'm never going to use it, but I'll have it. Like, just
Yeah.
So what did Chandler? So Chandler said you said he called you Thursday to let you know, like, hey, my parents are going to the cabin. I'm gonna be home alone with the
I
dogs.
think he snapped me that, and then like we FaceTimed later.
dang
Okay.
you.
He
In the
snapped you
shower.
that.
You know, like Snapchat.
Yep. No, I get it. I just
Whoa,
don't.
not
I'm
that
not a.
old.
I'm not a snapper.
I
But
don't know.
Did she just say I'm a snapper?
Yeah. No, she said I'm not a snapper. The interrogator. I'm not a snapper. She's more of a tuna.
Oh my gosh, we need the detective from the other interview.
Oh God,
This-
that lady.
Cut the bullshit. We know why you're here. You smelled rack-a-dad. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not quite at the 2-hour mark, so I won't say the other thing yet. But yeah, that's
Yes.
What time did he snap you?
We
then?
might have a Rumble
What time did he snap you
exclusive
then? Do you
coming
remember?
soon.
Ish. Guesstimate.
After 5. No, I was off work last week. I know 5. I closed. I was room temp shipping.
all right.
Yeah.
So before you said that the dogs are more comfortable with you than Mitch's fiance, Caitlin, just because you're around more.
Yeah, I'm there almost all the time. Like
Okay.
I hang out with him and his parents. Like I told you how like I wasn't over for like 2 weeks pretty much, but like I was still there having root beer floats with them that one time. Like I cooked them Mexican traditional food before because my mom's an immigrant. Like I'm just there often. If I'm not there, he's hanging out with me, and like maybe we won't hang out like 2-3 days a week. It's very variant. It depends on like if we're doing stuff with our families or if we have other plans. But like I said, I played Mario Kart with his mom and dad. Hang out with them sometimes. Just have dinner with them.
So what was the whole 2-week thing? Why weren't you allowed?
The owing money thing.
So how did that come about? Why was that a big deal? Because I thought yesterday you said that he's owed for like rent and Christmas presents and stuff like that. So why was it
Those 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Because like he was working for American Family at the time, and like there was like problems with HR and how they weren't like paying him, and like it was like they sent it in the mail, sent it to like not his address, so he was like, please cancel that check. Then he like tried getting them to like deposit it, and then at that point they owed him like a couple $1,000s because they were so far behind. And then I guess the company that they sent money through was like, this doesn't seem legit. They thought it was a scam. And so his parents are like, you got to give us that money because we know you have money. And so, yeah, then he paid them. And it was just those 2 weeks they were like, you have like strict.
okay?
Which is weird because like his mom's like, don't be spending money because you owe us money. But they're never like really. He said it wasn't really his mom, it's more of his dad like on him, but his dad's also an accountant, so kind of stingy,
Okay,
to be real with y'all.
I appreciate that.
No, he just knows not to spend money on stupid crap. He's not stingy. He's just like, no, going to Starbucks 80 times a day is dumb. And I would like to retire someday. And this kid never seems to want to get a job and get the F out.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to walk around without a shirt on, maybe just in my holy underpants. And this kid will never leave my house.
Yeah. And so this was on July 8th. So while this is going on, Chandler is down the hall being interrogated. Because at the end of this, I think they tell her that he's not going home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
So for the 2 weeks,
I
was
just
that
laugh
when
because
he
she's
hurt
so
his back
naive
when
and
he
so
fell?
dumb.
Yeah, it pretty much started like right after he fell, because like they can just say, "Cat can't come over." It was a part of like the recovery and like, hey, pay us back, like because he fell downstairs, hit his head twice, bruised his ribs, had to wear like a neck brace. They're obviously concerned and didn't want him doing a lot. So I think his dad was, I don't know if he drove him to the hospital or called an ambulance. I think I have a picture of them together there. Oh, sorry, my brother's calling me.
I mean, it would have to be okay. Say she knew something happened,
Mm-hmm.
but she wasn't quite sure. It would have to be startling if she just thought, okay, maybe he did something, than to know the exact depravity of all the things that he did.
Yeah, and she maybe she recognized some of the things that seemed odd, and maybe she was just trying to convince herself that the person that she's been dating for whatever 2 years or whatever it is that she said, that
Yeah.
like he couldn't possibly do this, like, because I know him, he wouldn't possibly do anything like this. And so maybe that was her just like trying to make herself feel better, trying to convince herself that Chandler is
Yeah.
not a complete monster, even though he is.
Well,
Because
and yeah, and she doesn't have the life experience to think, okay, well, if there was an HR thing, then that's something that they could get sued on and they would be very quick to fix it. So she
yeah,
doesn't know that. And she's looking at it again, she's dating a 23-year-old who's getting grounded, so she really needs to look at her life choices.
yeah.
But
But I mean, there has to be some level of trauma for her. I mean, because like, come on, like she's getting dicked down by a murderer, somebody who like dismembered their parents. Like, I'm sure that is probably hard for her to deal with. I can't even imagine.
yeah, but she continued to talk to him in jail after he was. I don't know if Sal's still in here. I don't know if it was after he was convicted or when he was in jail pre-trial. I don't think she was allowed to talk to him pre-trial because she was a witness.
Yeah, because
But
there
there was
some
those
calls.
text or
Yeah,
calls.
yeah, because even there was even one where Kat's mom was talking to him. So yeah, like they were still talking, I think, up until like the pretrial thing, and then obviously, uh, I'm assuming that they stopped contacting each other.
I I'd assume, but I mean, she still seemed very on his side. Oh, she was talking to him pre-trial,
Oh, she
and
was.
then Sal said communication stopped less than a month before conviction.
Mm. I wonder.
Sal, can you save her?
No, because she didn't actually commit. Well, according to the state of Wisconsin, she didn't actually commit a crime, so uh, she doesn't need saving. He has Jody to focus on, and Courtney Clinty, and maybe, hopefully not, Sarah Boone.
Oh God, not Sarah Boone. No one can fix her. Just stop. She is unfixable. Only Jesus, God, and possibly Gandhi all together.
Yes, we'll let you go after
Possibly all the
Jody.
Care Bears and the full, people of Captain Planet can save her, and they're just not all going to get together right now.
Yeah, Sal, we'll let you go after Jody and Courtney Clinty, but we draw the line at Sarah Boone.
We do. That's a no-go. We will not support no future justice for Sal if you go after Sarah Boone.
Yeah, and
Now, if
Vince.
she would give me a interview, which I doubt since I play her all the time. But that would be the most hilarious thing ever.
Yeah, and Vince Clortho. So yeah, so Kat. During the prosecution's opening statement, they actually said, "We've talked to Kat, and Kat had nothing to do with it. She's completely clear of any wrongdoing." That is paraphrasing what they said, but that is close to what they said, that she had nothing to do with it. So Kat is not in prison. She testified at the trial against Chandler.
Yeah, it's all very fishy in the fact that I have bandied about sending Sarah Boone a letter, but I do think that that would cross a line, and I don't want to do anything that would look. A lot of this is, making fun of her because she's an ass, but deep down at the bottom of it, I want justice for George. She was an absolute jerk who cost the life of a father of, I think, 3 girls and a son, to his parents. So I don't want to
Yeah,
jeopardize that for internet clout,
yeah,
as funny as it would be.
yeah.
Now, when he's convicted, allegedly, maybe it will.
He was asking what's happening because I told them I had to go downtown for questions. He's a cop in St. Louis, so he's like, "I'm gonna kill my sister." Because she was texting me about it that day.
Do you know when he fell?
Yes, June 17th. Before 1:42, because that's around the time this picture was taken.
He was just going down the stairs and fell.
He was on the phone with his boss, who was telling him to hurry up to his computer, so he was running down the wooden stairs with socks.
Ah,
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
socks on the stairs.
he is in all his glory.
Classic. Now, as a person who falls upstairs, but I don't
Yeah,
go to
and,
the
like,
hospital.
The day before that, I was having problems because I had like a tailbone cyst. And so Wednesday, I was over at the house and he was taking care of me. And then he fell Thursday, and I went to urgent care again Friday to get it drained. Don't recommend it.
No,
Those aren't
sounds
fun.
horrible.
Yeah.
Painful.
Can
I could barely
confirm.
walk, even lay down.
Can confirm. Yes, a
That
tailbone
was-
on your cyst, or a cyst on your
Which
tailbone.
Thursday was that?
Yeah,
So-
that sounds awful.
The 17th
Oh, it is.
is a Thursday, so the 18th she got her.
Look, I've pushed large-headed children out of, places, but that just sounds awful.
Oh, yes, I had one, and it is not
Ow.
a pleasant experience. You can't move because, lo and behold, everything connects to your tailbone. You can't lay down, you can't be on your side, you can't do much of anything.
Do you get that from a fall, or do they just form naturally?
Some of them can form naturally. Like mine was not formed naturally. Mine was formed by an impact. I actually, like, at the time, because I was like 16, I think I was working at a pizza place, and I backed up and I ran into one of the steel tables,
Ow.
and yeah, so that did not feel great. And yes, getting it lanced, because guess what? Cysts are infectious. So when they try to numb you, it doesn't work. So you feel all of it. It's amazing.
No, thank you. Just put me out. Put me to sleep. I've asked for that, and they say that's not funny, and you're not allowed to ask for that. And I'm like,
Yeah. It's not
you are
great.
mean to me.
Yeah. And then I had to have surgery to have it removed.
Ow. Well, at least I hope they knocked you out for that. No, they're
Oh,
like, no, you don't need anesthesia. You're
No,
good.
they definitely did for that. So, yeah. Can you
Cats,
explain
stop
what's up
with the background.
Oh. So what is up with me? So, I take interrogations and trials that have crappy audio, and I make them so you can hear them. If you actually, the original of this, as you can see, was posted by this Rottweiler Investigations, who's a great person who has tons of interrogations and stuff in court trials on his channel. But the original of this is actually quite hard to hear, and there's quite a bit of noise in it. So I removed the noise, made it so you can actually hear. So that is kind of what I do with stuff.
Yes, and
So-
he's very good at it, and he does all the things that I have no idea how to do them. I just make up ideas, and he's like, I can pretty much do that. And I'm like, very good. I am the idea person. I am not the doing it person. Because I'm like, is it possible with magic to do this? And he's like, yes, you can do that with a computer. Like very slowly with, you know, little words. He tries to explain what he did, and I just don't pay attention and then just nod my head.
Yeah. It works.
It does. I stay in my lane and don't try to micromanage. It helps.
Yeah. Good team.
Got her cis-drained.
Yes. I have a calendar.
And then the 16th is the Wednesday.
I went to urgent care and he was taking care of me.
Define Chandler taking care of someone, because that usually involves a fireplace.
So I'm gonna ask you a weird question with him falling. He probably was going to the computer, but any kind of violence in the house? No.
His dad was downstairs at his computer. He was telling me about like hearing Chandler fall. He was like, "That's not my computer. It didn't sound bad." And then like I got up to like check after a while, and like he was on the floor, and I was like, "Okay, Mr. Halderson."
Sure.
He hasn't said anything about it afterwards. Like, hey, I really, like, I didn't just slip on my socks. I actually,
No, Chandler's clumsy.
okay.
It is not the first time he has fallen. He needs like a life alert. The button
Okay.
things. Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen one of his many falls. Just the. He really likes his socks.
Okay. Socks and long sleeves.
It's really weird. Good type of weird.
With his 11.5 shoes.
Yeah, with the flippers from swimming.
Mm-hmm.
He has flippers.
Did he borrow your car at all this weekend?
Not that I recall. He just drove his dad's car, which is also a Subaru. I think it's a Crosstrek.
So before he said he couldn't go up to the cabin because he couldn't drive, but he's been driving all weekend?
It's a 4-hour drive, though.
Okay.
That's different.
Yes, detective, that's a great question. And yes, anyone would have asked that, but not her.
Yeah.
Because YOLO.
Yes. Now this is the question that the detective should be asking.
No, the question she should be asking is, ma'am, you are at least a 7 or maybe even a 9 when you get all dolled up. WTF? He doesn't have a job. He falls down and he wears socks. I've seen his calves. I've heard him talk. WTF?
Yeah. Well, he wears socks because, I mean, unfortunately, we've seen his feet. So I get it.
Ew. True. Yeah, I don't want to see feet.
A Wisconsin 9.
Well, she needs to use some toner in her hair. That is a whole lot of brass in there, but we can work on it. She's got the rogue thing going on. She just needs to wear some gloves and cosplay. She'd be fine at it. Although she needs red hair.
It's different.
Okay.
Like a 30-minute at most drive to my house. Like I drove all of us to the farm.
So what's his thought process? Why can't he drive? Is it just
The numbness.
okay?
Like it's a risk. He doesn't want to crash the car.
Okay.
Sure.
And like being conscious about other drivers. Like
Okay.
if something were to happen and he hits another car, I don't think he could live with himself. Like,
Okay.
He dismembered his parents, but he's a courteous driver. God bless him.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's
Like he doesn't want to hurt other people.
yeah, just his parents.
Well, that's an interesting take on that. There you go, sweetie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So medical reason, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
How did his doctor's appointment go on Monday or Tuesday?
Not the Monday.
Okay.
Not the best. Told him like, hey, the stuttering will go away, but like the numbness is gonna like stay, you know? Because like he hit his head twice. They said like the numbness was from, like a hemorrhage or something. And
He got a
that's when
CT
he
when?
talked to his HR and he was like, I had to be honest with them, and that's how he lost the SpaceX job. May I go pee?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I leave my phone?
You can do whatever
you
if you need to.
Use
You're
this
a
cup,
vet.
please, real quick.
Right, like right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot closer than I thought.
Yeah.
Maybe she had to go vomit up all her chocolate cookie.
For the love of all that was holy, she picked the chocolate chip cookie. And just why am I not surprised? I feel
Yeah.
like the smart Rottweiler in Up talking to Doug, like, why am I not surprised? You need the cone of shame. That's a world's longest pee, ma'am.
Waiting to see if I was gonna
I
run.
mean,
No, we actually.
I say it as a
stepped
clarifying
out,
factor.
What?
I cannot go far.
Oh, you're fine. I wasn't able to run today. So your mom is requesting that you just kind of give her a call, like let her know that you're safe.
I texted her while I was in the
Oh,
bathroom.
you were?
Okay.
I sent her two texts. but-
Okay.
Did she get back to you?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to call mom, you're totally welcome to. Just, I know your mom is probably worried sick.
Okay. She's gonna just cry at me.
Okay, she's still your mother. She's still worried about you, and she would still like to know that you're freaking alive, you dingus. And thank you, all Baker Raiders. Sure. If you, if one of the wrenches would please put in my Twitter thingamabob, if you DM me, I will definitely. I need all the ideas. This is Chandler Halderson's girlfriend. Yes, the one who smelled Rackadad and was still clueless. I doubt it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe she likes love making on the couch next to the smell of, cooked dad. Who knows?
Look, I will
Maybe it's her
say
thing.
barbecue is awesome. So if I have, some really good, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
She totally did, Lefty. And y'all, I am in full F deficit, so y'all can have ice cream with pixie sticks because y'all don't live with me. So go wild. Eat peeps. Have a peep. I explained to Valehammer what peep
Jousting.
jousting is.
Yes. I learned something today.
Well, on my community or about page, it also has my email. So you can email me. You know what? I'm not your mom. You can do whatever you want.
I did that in middle school.
But still, ma'am, she's your mother and she does want to know that you're alive. And she seems like she gets a little Twitter-pated. Female Gary Busey has to be the strong, silent type, and your mom's a little Twitter-pated. So would you just call your mom? Dang it, you dingus.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Yes, you did.
For a couple hours. So I'll be here for a bit.
Okay. It's up to you.
I mean, I sent her a text and I also texted my brother to let him know where I am and what's happening
The one that's a cop? Okay.
in St. Louis.
Okay.
The city of St. Louis?
Ain't nobody ever
Missouri?
called me a grandpa.
Where it is.
I don't know.
Sometimes people say like Milwaukee, but they're in the suburbs or something. So I don't think suburbs or the city. The suburbs or the
Great success. This case has female Gary Busey topless that you get to imagine.
And as a lesbian. In the pool.
Yeah. And driving a John Deere with her lady love.
Yes. Riding the tractor across the lawn to go to the pool because God forbid you walk.
It's romantic. They sit, astride their John Deere. They ride off into the sunset into their above ground pool, and female Gary Busey just like sits there topless with, in my headcanon, a Nick Ricada thing of whiskey and a cigar, and mom just sits there just relaxing from the day. They both just sit there romantically.
As someone with a John Deere tractor, it would be slightly uncomfortable to have two people on one, but possible.
Well, it's romantical. Either that or she puts her. I don't know how it happened. I do want a picture because the John Deere they showed was very small.
And I'm actually excited because I get to use my John Deere tomorrow.
Yes, you did. And thank you, Broken Baker, for having me on Stabby Day XL. No, this is her thinking face. Yeah. That explains a lot. Well, we're going to do the select bits of this trial, the opening, the closing, female Gary Busey, for Legal Shenanigans Theater. So stay tuned because it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
or the city.
City.
It's cool.
What does he do?
It's top.
Well, I didn't know if he was a
Yay.
patrol cop, if he was in the schools.
Like, I think drives around, takes calls. Like, his partner got shot the other day.
No.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
How long has it been a cop down there?
Since March.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just laugh about someone getting
I have,
shot.
he sent me a text of his first week. I don't know if you want to hear it. Oh, that's my mom.
Oh, she answered you?
No, I was just in her text.
Jeez. Wow. Since March.
Wait,
So you just finished the academy?
let's go, Brandon. That is against America. That is against our Bill of Rights. Where does it say you can't be drunk on a tractor? That's practically our national sport in Indiana.
I mean, they put cup holders on them for a reason.
What else are you supposed to do when you've got 40 acres and, nothing else? I mean, again, duh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason I assume people golf is to be drunk on golf carts, according to my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And just a message for those out there that would like to be absolute douches that should have resting douche face and a live douche face. And speaking douche face, if you are a perpetual douche, I would not get a bright green mega golf cart. It's it just is too much and too dumb for words. Anywho.
I mean, I assume.
Also, don't be
And
drunk
it was
when you drive
extended
it, you
because of
ass.
like COVID
So you just got out on the street.
in March. Yeah. Shot at, life threatened. He went to be in St. Louis. So
St. Louis.
Why?
Yeah.
He eventually wants to come back to Madison, and who's more experienced at a cop in St. Louis back in Madison?
He's on the
So,
board.
probably
That's true.
Resume builder.
Big time.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. So let's go back to pre-fall.
Free fall.
Pre-fall. So how was Chandler's demeanor before the fall versus now?
I mean, upbeat, you know, excited to be working for SpaceX. Like, super. Like, Mitch he found out
Pre-fall.
he had diabetes. Like, he went to the emergency room, like, the Friday before Chandler fell and I got my tailbone. And, like, his blood sugar was, like, dangerously high, you know? And then, like, they released him from the hospital that Sunday. And so, like, he was worried about that because, like,
I do find it really odd that they didn't diagnose type 1 diabetes, which is usually diagnosed in childhood because it's called type 1 juvenile diabetes until his 20s. So that
Yeah.
is interesting.
Yeah.
No,
'Cause-
Chandler's brother,
Yeah.
his older
Chandler's
brother.
Mitch.
the one that, wasn't an F up.
Yeah. Mitch, I believe is his name.
Yes.
Yes. And Pooh did nothing. He's the innocent one in the room.
Yes.
He's being held against his will.
Yes, absolutely.
like, you know, his brother could have died, got diagnosed with diabetes super late. So really worried around that time and stressed and like, you know, being Chandler, I don't think a person
Chandler
has
is a
emotion
boy.
every day. Just
So, for those of you that are just joining in on the various raids that came in, this is Kat or Catherine Melender. She is the girlfriend to Chandler Halderson. Chandler Halderson is a 20-something from Wisconsin who was accused and convicted of dismembering and barbecuing and then, flinging bits of his parents all over Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Kat, stop.
Some of which
molesting
have
the
not been
printer.
found yet. And then
She is, I believe, 22. Brandon, she is she is very surfacey.
yeah, you could say that. She doesn't
I
have
would-
much of a personality.
But this is also a high stress situation, so
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
But she also did. So Catherine went over the night after Chandler Halderson attempted to incinerate his parents' body parts in the home fireplace. Now the home fireplace exploded because it is not made to take that kind of heat. You have to get up to like some gajillion degrees to actually incinerate a human body, and not to get all gross, but when fat starts to render, any hoozle. So she goes over the next day and then sleeps in the same room. And the prosecutor is like, she knows nothing. She's perfectly innocent, which means she did everything.
Yeah.
To me, it just, she's very surfacey, but I can't imagine that she didn't notice something. I mean, again, Chandler Halderson isn't the type to just suddenly want to barbecue or make his own dinner or anything like that. She was coming over to cook for him. So you don't smell, you smell that? I just,
Yeah. In the same
can't.
room. They slept in a fort. Like, in the same room where he tried to barbecue his parents. Or parts of them.
Yeah.
And I'm
And
sure
she
that
brought up,
wasn't the only thing they did in there.
yeah, it just it doesn't pass the sniff test. Good to know, Sarah. I was just like, she really takes notes.
Yeah. It's like, stay away from that one.
Well, at this point, allegedly, the parents are missing, and she is trying to help
Yeah.
find the parents and exonerate her boyfriend because she believes he has nothing to do with it.
Yes. And at this
Now,
juncture, Chandler is down the hall being interrogated. And
yes,
they just found the torso of Daddy. They haven't said anything to them yet, but yeah. So that is why she's talking, because there is a part 2 to this, and in part 2 she has a lawyer.
so it's just very hard to suspend reality that she helped clean up the scene, did all this with Chandler, was in the same room, and then failed to notice things. But in this interview, she has shown a startling lack of situational awareness. So it is, the more I watch her, the more I think it's possible that she just did not notice anything.
Yeah, and I see there's a question about, do we have interviews of the mom and the mom's girlfriend? And so there's not an interrogation or interview that I'm aware of, but both of them did testify during the trial.
Yes, and we will be doing select the opening statements and select witnesses of this trial, because this trial is a nuclear dumpster fire in a Sharknado
Yeah.
of weird. And the sad part is, at the bottom of all this are two parents who tried to do their best.
Yes, and there's
Son who just didn't want to own up to his screw ups, and they were huge screw ups. That he lied to everyone, but he could have redeemed himself. You know, he'd have to be humbled, and he'd have to, you know, take responsibility and take ownership of his crap. But he instead chose to wreck a bunch of people because his parents were loved, and he just took him away from his brother and his brother's future children. It's so gross. So
yeah.
at the bottom of all that, it's really sad. That's why we use dark humor here.
And
I don't believe they did.
I can't recall. I think there might have, the only metal parts I think that they had were fillings, because that's actually what got them to look further into the fireplace in the ash pit in the fireplace, is because I believe they found teeth or pieces of bone. Because I believe, if I remember right, what went into the fireplace was the heads.
I think so, yes.
So that is where they found it. And I think they did find fillings, but I think that might have been it. I don't think they had any other metal parts or anything.
Yeah, not that I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, skull bone. They found
specifically.
skull bone in there.
Yeah,
Is
skull
what
bone
Jung
in
is
the,
saying.
yeah, a skull bone in the fireplace, and that's what led them to look. And I think there was like fillings or something in the ash pit thing.
Yeah.
But we don't know, because like the sad thing is like they didn't ever find the rest of Mom. So there may have been other metal parts or something, like maybe, but like they don't know where she is. So
Yeah, he still didn't even tell the truth when found guilty. His words were, I did not do this. And if a lawyer would like to help him, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was so gross.
Yeah. Yeah. It was rough. And he was a creature of habit, so like because
Yeah.
I believe the parts of mom that they did find, they actually found them because he had taken a picture with his previous girlfriend at some specific lake or something or river in Wisconsin, and that's actually where they found the parts of mom that they found.
Yeah. Just yeah.
Yeah.
Gaming. He does this thing where like he screen shares his video game with me while I go to sleep, so I can go to sleep easier. And he just like explains the game and talks it out and like just to help me fall asleep.
What game?
Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a computer game.
Wait a minute. She falls asleep to him narrating his stupid game. I am not in love with Mr. Mo enough to fall asleep to him explaining what he's doing, and wow.
Yeah. And I have seen people play Tarkov. I mean, I've played it before. And it is one of those things that's not like, it's incredibly frustrating and can be like very anger inducing. And so it's not one of those things that's like quiet. So like, I don't know how she like fell asleep to that. Now that makes sense, what Brandon has there. That makes sense.
I guess, maybe when you're young and in love and you don't have anything serious to worry about, listening to your partner talk about whatever, and he has the voice that is like dried beige paint, I'm sure, it would work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was going fine. Like
Smithing.
weekend before, his friend drove up from Kansas to visit him.
Yes, you are. Yes. We will be watching that interview because I love Gary Busey with
Chandler.
boobs.
How was his childhood? Has he ever talked to you about it?
I mean, he grew up, I think, until like elementary school. He was in Madison. Then they went to Sheboygan area by Plymouth. Went to Plymouth High School. Went to States for swimming. Swimming since a kid. That's why he has flipper feet. Did soccer. His mom has 5 photo album of each kid. Mom was a stay-at-home
Yes, they
mom,
did.
so she drove him to every swim meet, every soccer game, every school event. She was there.
I know, me
Helped make
too.
T-shirts
I'll
and the
fall asleep to
flyers.
that. That's
Like
probably scary.
Eagle Scout, Boy Scout. Went to prom with Miss Wisconsin.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that face. Ooh, someone is not real happy about that one. Oh, it's okay. Kat, you're still much better than him. The defense lawyer was amazing, articulate and beautiful, and, she really set a scene and a mode and a mood for how the defense was gonna go.
It was extraordinarily technical and straight to the point. Yeah, maybe the greatest defense opening ever.
And she didn't cry.
No,
At least she didn't cry a little. Well, she seemed like she was going to.
probably for having to be there.
Yeah.
She's like, why did I sign up to be a public defender?
Yes.
popular kid.
Any hunting that you know of?
I think he did hunting, like maybe Boy Scouts.
Okay.
He was a lifeguard. He was a Boy Scout like leader, camp leader. He would play taps at funerals on his whatever that
Bugle?
trumpet. Maybe. I think so. Is that the one with buttons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's mimicking a
Play
flute.
taps for them.
Okay, at first I started thinking there's no way she couldn't notice.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm good. She didn't notice. She
Yeah.
she
I mean,
wouldn't notice if there was a ticking time bomb right in front of her face.
yeah, I wouldn't find that hard to believe, actually.
I mean,
But again, I was stupid at 19 too, so
well, yeah, I know, but just she's hurting my brainy bits.
yeah, well, Actually, I literally watched an interrogation yesterday of a kid who was involved in a unaliving of 2 people during a robbery, and his lawyer actually started yelling at him during the interview, which was hilarious. And because the cops are all sitting there and the prosecutor's sitting there, and they're all just nodding their heads like, yes, yes.
You'll have to send me that one. That sounds awesome.
Oh God, it was ridiculous.
Well, yeah. Hello, Linda Evans.
And that was all through Boy Scouts?
I think he might have done that through band. He did. I have the funniest photo of him from high school. They had how some school has jazz bands. He had German band, and so they made them wear lederhosen.
The hell?
This is one of the many photos in his photo album. Baby Chandler, toddler, early Chandler. Chandler with glasses because he roasted me for wearing bifocals.
He wears contacts then, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to find. It's really funny, and I really want to find it.
I'm
my
sure it's
gosh.
hilarious, Kat. They don't care what
Oh, this
Chandler
later
looked
goes
like
in Chandler?
in band camp.
Nice.
Is it a cat meme?
And then
Please tell me it's
this
a cat
is
meme.
him at one of his swim meets.
Please tell me it's him at band camp with an apple pie.
Oh my God, yes, please. I need this in my life for reasons that I can't tell you.
He
It would
was
make
like
my
Honor
week,
Society
and it's
or
been a
something in
kind of
high
crappy
school.
week. Come on now.
Very active. He was Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast in middle school.
Oh, really?
His mom still showed me the video. She promised.
Oh my God. I'm sure that Mr. Mo's mom has all of these things hidden somewhere in her house. I have never asked.
I am in possession of all of mine. All of my embarrassing childhood photos where
I've tried to sneak some out, and my mom always catches me, and I'm like, God dang it. And I'm like, as soon as you pass away, I'm burning all of these.
I have all of them that are embarrassing, so I am in possession of all of them. Nobody has them, and there is no
Whoa.
digital copies.
You are a smart one.
Yes.
My mother notices things and has bat ears.
Yeah.
Like-
My mother gave them to me, so
Well, you have a nice mom.
she is.
Got hold her to it.
There you go. Did he ever talk about like how he was punished? Did he get a lot of timeouts, spankings?
Mm,
I shouldn't be laughing, but what the hell?
He gets spanked at 23 by his mom.
Well, I think she's trying to figure out if there was a past of
I
abuse
remember if you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Okay.
to try to figure out what motivated him to do all of this ridiculousness.
I think like
Or maybe Kat did the spanking.
maybe he would just study at the table and his dad would help and he'd like get yelled at if he got too many wrong or something like that.
So you mentioned that
No,
he was
it would
honor
not.
society, very active. Dad would yell if he got too many wrong. Was there a lot of pressure on him?
I
No
guess.
What about
problem. Have a gooder time.
Yes.
Zach's not
Enjoy.
here. I'm
It's like
using
no
all the
parent
bad
pressure, like, you just
grammar.
want him to be the best person he can be.
now? Okay. You
Yeah.
don't see anything like abnormal. Like he's not like, Jesus, my parents do.
I mean, his dad yells at McDonald's drive-through workers a lot. And like, whenever his mom gets home, she always wants to know about his day. How's your day going, Chandler? Goes, sits in his room on his bed, like while he's doing something. I was like, "Hi, Mom." Like he'll cook them dinner often.
She definitely
he's a really good
helped.
cook. He cooks for me too. Like
Just not grilling. Just not good at grilling.
no, he's never used that. I think that was the third time he said he used that grill. I was like,
Maybe.
We know
"Just
he's not
tell
good
me
at
you've never
grilling,
grilled
Kat.
before." But he can like make a shrimp scampi out of scratch. Like he's good. If he has what he needs, he can make it. I guess they're on him for like you gotta help us with housework, you gotta do chores, but he like lives with them, so
Fair.
just helping out around the house like a normal child.
Do they have a pickup truck?
Pickup truck.
Well, you mentioned earlier that he would do chores like going to the dump. But
Oh, they
what
put
would
that in the Volkswagen or his dad's Forester. It's not. It might be a cross track,
Okay.
but
They just put what they need in the cars that they have. They don't have a trailer or anything.
Oh.
Okay.
I think it usually goes in the Subaru. I'm not sure. I'm not really involved in those chores.
Okay.
Tell me to do
You were
stuff
doing his chores,
What day did
ma'am.
he go to the dump? That was
Jesus.
closed.
Saturday.
Saturday.
but holiday weekend, so
Yeah.
She was more interested in a different kind of
Do you
dumping.
know, does he go to the dump in Madison?
maybe the DeForest one because they live in Windsor, DeForest.
Okay.
His dad usually goes with him, and so does his mom. They usually make a trip out of it. Stop at Quick Trip on the way home and grab a soda. His mom really likes Quick Trip. Like,
There's a lot of people that love Quick Trip.
she has an obsession. Like, when I tell you, like, there's like, I think it was around like Thanksgiving when Mitch and Caitlin were leaving the next day. She like looked there, she's like, my babies are gone. And we're like, oh, sorry. And like before then, I told Trey, I'm like, if your mom asks to go on a Quick Trip run, you have to say yes. She's like, do you guys want to go to Quick Trip? And I was like, he's like, okay. Because he gets dragged to Quick Trip often.
Yeah.
She goes there for soda. She goes there for snacks. She even looked at their meat section because in case she couldn't get, it's my mom.
Answer your
Come on.
damn phone for your mom. Good Lord.
Yeah, I'm with Liz and
George.
George.
Who buys meat at a gas station?
You know, I like myself a good spam, but gas station hamburger and, bacon,
Yeah. Like
I draw the line somewhere sometimes.
I guess I didn't realize that gas stations had meat. I just assumed it was like the hot dogs that had been there for like a week, rolling around in
Yeah,
their
I've
own
never-
grease.
I've never heard of that, so
I know gas stations have some grocery items, but like you're not going there to get like your hamburger or your chicken
Yeah,
or like
and
your
it would be like
salad.
$70 too, because the upcharge for having to get the other, oh gosh, what is it? The thingamabob, just the convenience charge. And I knew I'd find a word for something somewhere.
Yes, apparently I have offended the Quick Trip crowd. I was more of a Casey's person in the Midwest, or a Come and Go. Yes.
I'm a Circle K person. I don't know if they're owned by the same people, but I loved a Polar Pop.
The what? A Polar
They're
Pop?
like a 75 cents. You can get a large thing of pop.
Oh, Pop. Okay.
Polar Pop.
Polar Pop. Okay.
Oh no, not Zach. Damn it. Are you doing gooder or well?
It's Pop in the Midwest.
It's pop
Or if,
everywhere.
or if
It's
you're
never
in
been
this,
soda for me.
if you're in the South, like I am at the moment, you call it a Coke. Everything's a Coke.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Pepsi's, Pepsi does some good thing. Wild cherry Pepsi is good,
Yeah.
but
I remember that back in the day.
and since we're apparently going back to the 90s, I'm sure they're going to bring back Pepsi Clear very
They
soon.
did. They did. Like,
You're kidding me.
no, it was in like 2015, 2016. They brought back Crystal Pepsi for
Oh,
like a short time.
I was pregnant with the youngest, most feral. I was probably in a fugue state.
Yeah,
So
they brought it back for like a short period of time, and I remember it as a child, and then I remember trying it again, and I was like, yeah, okay. No thanks. It wasn't what I remember.
yeah. Hey, if you want it, if you're going to eat the pizza, I'm fine.
Yeah.
At this point, as long as you eat it and you don't waste food, because daggone food is expensive.
Yeah.
I don't care what you put on anything.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's finally talking to her mother like she's bored to death. Ugh. Wait till she has children. I just can't wait. Then she's going to call her mom and say, I'm kind of sorry I was a butt.
I'm fine, Mom. They're just asking questions. I'm not being interrogated, right?
No, just asking me
Just
questions.
asking questions. I can leave.
The cops are like, giblets. Class, come here. Stand really close to Auntie Mo. Have a lawyer with you. These cops are not your friends. What in the world? Ma'am? Okay, she didn't notice a damn thing. There could have been a leg hanging out and she'd be like, wonder what that is, and then just walk by.
Yeah. Like, why is there something that looks like your parents' heads in the fireplace, Chandler? It's making me kind of awkward as we lay here in our little love fort.
Just I can't anymore. What is wrong with her?
Yeah.
Leave whenever I want to. I'm fine. Alright? I'm not mad. I'm tired, yes. But I'd rather answer their questions so they can help find Mr. and Mrs. Halderson. I think that's a little more important than a nap. Well, if I'm here now, I can answer questions now. Okay.
That's
Love
about
you
the
too,
first
Mom.
logical thing that she said the entire interview.
My car's at Chandler's.
It only took, let's see here,
No, they took us in squad cars.
1 hour and 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met Lisa. You remember when I was in Steel Magnolias, the play?
Oh dear God.
So this cop was also in Steel Magnolias twice because she was a theater major.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was the pregnant hairdresser, and then Shelley.
Cat. If she was in theater, this means that she knows how to act, and maybe they are interrogating you.
Maybe. But she hasn't picked
Cat.
up on that yet.
I want you, in full Daryl Brooks voice, can we run the record back? I want you to run the record back in your head, ma'am. Lord.
Yes.
Shelby, the girl who dies. Sorry for the spoilers.
Nope, got it. I watched it.
Seen it?
Steel Magnolias was like 30 years old. I think people know the punchline by now.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't
And
seen it.
she's heard of Grandpa John.
Oh my.
Yeah. They also gave me a cookie. One had chocolate, so they tried to poison me at some point. My mom knows now, George.
Tell Mom I did not let you eat the
Actually, you did.
Cat. Of the two cookies, one had frosting and sprinkles. One was clearly a chocolate chip cookie. As you were talking about your violent vomitation from chocolate and high emotions, you picked up said chocolate chip cookie. The cop told you there's chocolate in that because it is, in fact, a chocolate chip cookie.
Yes. And she was like, it's all good. I'm fairly certain the cops don't want an exorcist thing happening here. But
Valhalla can fix her.
yes, we'll let Valhalla take this one.
Oh my God.
He'll take one for the team.
There you go.
eat the cookie.
Okay, Mom, I love you.
Wow, thanks.
I don't think you should threaten a detective. She said she is Mexican and she can throw a chancla very well.
Noted.
Okay, I love you, Mom.
Threats to an officer? Okay.
I think the plan is Chandler and I are going to get dinner.
Foreshadowing. Probably not.
If not, like, I'll probably cook, or it's getting pretty late, so we don't want to go to the farm for food. I know, but it's late, and we don't want to drive through the dark. It's a deer season. Okay, I'm gonna let you.
Okay, now I'm fully on her side. She's not smart. She's not depthy, but she hates deer. And, you know,
And
I think I could learn to love her.
and it's July, Cat. It's not deer season.
Hey, around here it's always deer season. The deer seem to hate me. They just try to jump out in front of me. They do not like me.
Yes.
They
in the-
have been plotting.
In the Midwest, it's always deer season, but it's not that deer season. Jesus, Cat.
She thinks it's February,
Apparently.
but she has every receipt ever printed, Snapchatted in her phone.
Yeah.
How can you be that meticulous about receipts? And I am in
dumb.
Indiana. How can you be that meticulous about receipts and where you are and everything else, but then so oblivious to it's very odd to me. But
I wouldn't
don't-
want to know what it's like to be in her head. It would probably be very
No.
lonely.
I just meant that everyone knows that Shelby dies.
I have never
It's
seen it.
been-
No.
I'm very sorry. If you ever want to see a chick flick where everyone cries, you know, you can watch it. It's like a Nicholas Sparks movie, you know. It's never ending well for someone in that movie.
If I wanted to watch women cry, I would just watch anime.
True. Because usually Sailor Moon is just crying because she can't find, noodles, or she's crying about doing math homework, and I can totally relate. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, JKD Buck. But, on a good side, Dolly Parton still looks mostly the same. So there you go. Also, it was written by a man, and the man who plays the pastor that marries Shelby and then officiates the funeral was the man who wrote the play and the movie. So there, now you know. He lost his
Random-
sister,
Random
and
factoid.
that's what prompted him to write the play. So the greatest chick flick movie was written by a man.
I'm probably gonna stay with Chandler, Mom.
Foreshadowing, no.
No.
Would you stop molesting the printer, Kat? The printer doesn't
Yeah,
love you back.
my pharmacist
This
knows
is
the
a toxic
situation.
relationship.
And they said if I'm not gonna be able to work, there's no point in me being there.
You're unmuted.
Not in like a mean way, like I should probably take care of myself and be with Chandler. Yeah. I am. Okay. Love you. Love you. Okay, love you too. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Love you.
All right. And that is where we are going to stop, because we are going to send you to Sal's channel, because he has gotten, I think, brand new paperwork or things from the Jensen case. So he
Yes.
has all of that lined up. So I will be sending all of you there. So let him know that we sent you. And so we will finish this up next week, and then we will start with the opening statements of this trial, because it is just awesome.
Yes.
Or there's a part 2 to this. I kind of want to just jump to the trial. I will put up a poll. You guys can decide if we want to watch when Kat figures out that, Chandler done roasted parents, literally, using that
Yeah.
word correctly grammatically, Zach. Or if we want to skip to interrogation. So I will put that up in the community thing tomorrow, and you guys can vote, and we will figure it out.
Coolio.
Yes. And thank you guys for joining. This has been so much fun. This has been one of the things that I really wanted to do for a long time, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. And this is so awesome. I love this kind of setup and getting to do this, because a lot of people do the interrogations and they're like, well, right now he's using the read technique, and they are getting closer, and look at the body language here. And those are great for when you want that, but I like to be sarcastic.
Yes. It's much more fun to be sarcastic and make jokes.
Yes. And thank you to everyone who super chatted and gifted memberships. And I am going to, so this week was supposed to be my week where I was going to be a competent adult. But next week I have a plan. I have a plan, and it is going to work. And I'm going to start working on more member stuff and trying to have a members only stream at least once a week, and a members only video once a week, because I am terrible at it. Nicholas is the best at members stuff, and I am the worstest. So that, and working on a merch store and everything else. So don't forget that we are sending you over to Peens of Our Lives, I guess. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I am going to go see what the boys are doing, because there is slamming and banging, and I don't know where Mr. Mo is. I think he got lost somewhere. He went out for some smokes. I'm just kidding. As my youngest would say, Did you hear about this guy who got lost for like 27 years trying to find milk? He is a terrible finder. I leave you with that. Bye, guys.
See ya.